And welcome in, everyone, to our special coverage of the 2021 NFL schedule release. We're all presented by Pure Bull. Go to steersnacks.com. We'll tell you more about Pure Bull throughout the night. Wow, do we have a great 4 hours in front of us as we now know, or we will answer the question, will the Eagles play on Monday night? Will we go to Tom Brady's house in Tampa, or will Tom Brady come to Philadelphia? We'll answer all of those questions tonight on our 2021 schedule coverage release, and we have a great lineup planned tonight. Also, as you know, tonight, over the next 4 hours, we will give away 10 Devontae Smith jerseys. So as we wait for our subscribers to start to jump into the live stream, if you're on the live stream right now and you haven't punched into the link in the description, do so, enter your email address, and we will give you more details when I come back after this quick timeout.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
On the field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
And welcome back, everyone, to our special coverage on this Wednesday night of the 2021 NFL schedule release, all presented by Pure Bull. Don't forget, throughout the night, go to steersnacks.com. Pure Bull Beef Jerky. You're going to love it. Man, are we excited to be here tonight. 4 hours of coverage. John McMullen, our NFL insider, and, of course, co-host of Birds 365. Johnny Mac, 4 hours of coverage on the schedule in front of us. Who would have thought, huh?
4 hours. That's it.
That's it, man. That's it. All good, brother. It's going to be a good night tonight.
Yeah, we can break it down. We got 4 hours, so we can break it down into quarters. Let's do 4 games per hour. What do you say?
I like it. Well, listen, I don't want to get too deep into it, Johnny Mac, because coming up in about 20 minutes, 15 minutes or so, you'll kick off our coverage, of course, with Derek Gunn, and we'll start to get into the heart of the schedule as we now know, as things unfold, what the schedule will look like for 2021. I would like to talk with you just about one game that you see on the schedule that either sticks out or there's a reason that you like that game? Perhaps it's a Monday night game that's jumping off the schedule card for you. What do you see and what do you like? Just one game.
Well, I would if I'm down to just one game, Krause, I got to go October 14th when the Super Bowl champions are coming to Lincoln Financial Field. So Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday night football, one of the two scheduled primetime games for the Eagles. Remember, the Eagles typically get a lot of primetime games, Krause, but they're coming off a 4-win season. So not as much. Tom Brady, all that firepower. They got the band back together in Tampa Bay with Bruce Arians and company. That's going to be a fun game. And, you know, it's not an antiseptic environment. It's not a $2 billion TV studio, Krause. It's going to be 70,000 fans at Lincoln Financial Field. So that's going to make things difficult for Tampa Bay. But that's a great, great football team. And Tom Brady keeps Father Time, he keeps him at bay. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
Yeah, and that game is on that Thursday night. There's another great game that I'm looking forward to in October. It follows the game on Thursday night, and it's in Las Vegas. We'll talk about that game a little bit later on tonight. Johnny Mac, chances are we'll be giving away a trip with tickets to go out to Vegas for that Sunday game. That should be a spectacular event. And, of course, the brand new, beautiful facility and the stadium there and in front of a full house. Every game this year will be in front of a packed house unless, John, we get to a point where this season goes in the tank.
Which, by the way, I don't think we're getting to that point, Krause. I know there's not a lot of expectations, but I got to tell you, just from a win-loss standpoint, the Eagles' strength of schedule, and granted, that's an old way of looking at things because you never know how things swing each and every year. But from that standpoint, they have the easiest schedule in the NFL. They play in the NFC East, and we'll get into the nuts and bolts of the schedule. But I will leave you with this one hand. To Denver later in the season, once that game is done, the stretch of this schedule, they never have to get on an airplane again. That is good news for an NFL football team.
Earlier this morning, before I let you go and get into the green room, John, to get ready for jumping on with Derek Gunn and starting to break the schedule down from top to bottom. Earlier this morning on Birds 365, Mike Quick was part of the lineup today. How does Mike look or feel about the upcoming season? I know you guys covered a lot of ground during your conversation. Bring the listening audience and the viewing audience here on the live stream into a little bit of that conversation.
Well, I think from one thing, I mean, if you look at Mike Quick from just a broadcast standpoint, he's really excited to get back into a more normal environment. But from a bigger football perspective, I think the most interesting thing he said as a former all-pro receiver, he thinks the Eagles receiving group might be one of the most underrated parts of this team. I got to, DeVonta Smith is here, but I got to tell you, Krause, I was a little surprised by that. And he is high on John Hightower. He's high on some of these younger receivers. I did not expect that, to be honest.
All right. Good stuff from NFL insider John McMullen, co-host of Birds 365, the other half of Mac and Mac. Of course, Mac and Mac, or John McMullen and Jody Mack, I'll be right back here tomorrow on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I guarantee there'll be more conversation about the schedule, more conversation about how the NFC East is going to play out. There's a little bit of a twist with the NFC East schedule. And, of course, we'll talk about tonight and tomorrow the 17th game for the first time, Johnny Mac. Pretty big stuff, I think, with that extra game. Not sure how it will factor into the layout or the schematic of the season, but I guarantee it will have some sort of implication as the season rolls on.
No, I agree with that. And the first implication is I have to get used, Krause, to saying week 18, week 17 instead of week 18. You get the one bye. So we're going 1 week extra. And then when you start talking about what's this team going to be, you can't say 10-6 anymore. You have to say 10-7. You got to account for that other game. So it's going to be strange, and it's something to get used to. No question about it.
The entire broadcast tonight, all 4 hours, all presented by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Go to steersnacks.com. Johnny Mac, when you come back or before you leave tonight, or perhaps we'll do this in the 11 o'clock hour, John, you'll answer the question, what is Huck and Fought? I asked you that question a couple days ago.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
All right, well, you got to get that answer. You got to get that answer, if you will. But Johnny Mac will let you drop off. We'll see you with Derek Gunn coming up in about 12 minutes as our coverage gets underway on the JAKIB Media YouTube live stream. Here's what we're going to do. As the subscribers start to populate into the live stream, we're going to take a short break, and then on the other side of the break, I'm going to outline details for all of our viewers tonight. And when we come back on the other side, before we turn the engine over to Derek Gunn and John McMullen to kick off our coverage, we'll select our first winner, our first of 10 Devontae Smith jersey. So I'll cover all of that when we come back after the break, and we'll pick our very first winner of the night, the first of 10.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fought. What's that? Huck and Fought. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
And back here on our special coverage of the 2021 NFL schedule. Now released, and as Johnny Mac said in our opening segment, that game on Thursday night, Tom Brady comes into Philadelphia on a Thursday night in front of a packed house down at the Link as we roll into the season. Oh, yes, we will have tickets to give away for that Eagles-Patriots game. As a matter of fact, we've got tickets for every single game on the schedule, home and away, that we'll be giving away right here on the JAKIB Media YouTube live stream. We thank everybody for being here tonight. The giveaway tonight is the 10 Devontae Smith jerseys. So coming up at 8:16, we're going to select our first winner. So if you're listening, or if you're watching rather, on the live stream, make sure that your email is entered into the link. Once we select at 8:16, the link will momentarily be down, and then I'll come back and I'll tell you to go in and put your email in to the link. Make sure it's there so you have your best chance to be selected randomly throughout the night. Remember, 10 jerseys tonight. We're going to give away our first one, and then throughout the night, through our great coverage, we're going to give away a total of 10 Devontae Smith jerseys. By the way, Derek Gunn and John McMullen provide our coverage for hour number one, along with Barrett Brooks, who will be checking in around 9:05 with Gunner. Then we turn it over to the middle. Eitan Shander takes over the controls. Eitan, Harry Mays, and Barrett Brooks bring us deep into the night. And then at 11 o'clock, I'll be back with John McMullen, perhaps a couple of other insiders who will join us. We'll have some good dialogue and some good conversation about the schedule. Xander, let's shut that link down, roll or spin the wheel, and let's select our first winner of the night for the Devontae Smith jersey. Now, we're not going to give out, for privacy, we're not going to give out the winner's email. We'll identify the winner by the first part of their email address. That's how we will identify the winner of the jerseys. And then once selected, each winner will get an email from JAKIB Media, and that will outline the details. That will give you the opportunity to acknowledge winning the Devontae Smith jersey. And here's the best part of it all. You tell us what size jersey you want. If you're a XXX, you tell us a XXX. If you're one of our female women subscribers and you want a women's small jersey, tell us, order the jersey for you in your size. 1 of 10 Devontae Smith jerseys. Xander's going to hand me off our first winner, and I'm going to read out the winner now. Remember, I'm not going to give the email address. M. Forbes. So M. Forbes, Forbes, M. Forbes is our first lucky winner of the 2021 Eagles Devontae Smith jersey. M. Forbes, if you're listening or if you're watching out there, let us know that you're with us in the live stream. Xander and Cal and Sean are working behind the scenes, and they will monitor all of that. Now that we've selected our first winner and you're out there watching, if you have not punched on to the link to enter your email address, do it now. Let me bring this up just so I'm clear on what you'll see when you get in there. You'll have an opportunity to share on Twitter, share on Facebook, share via email, and that will give you some additional chances, give you some additional opportunity or entries into the action as we give away tonight 10 Devontae Smith jerseys. Congratulations, M. Forbes, our very first winner of 2021. Yeah, is M. Forbes out there? I think M. Forbes is with us. Congratulations to you on winning a Devontae Smith jersey. Well done. Way to kick off this 2021 coverage of the NFL schedule release. I love it. Remember, it's all presented tonight by Pure Bull. Go to steersnacks.com. That's steersnacks.com. Check out the Huck and Five. And stay with us as we take you into the night. When we come back, on the other side of the commercial break, we hand it off to the experts. Derek Gunn, who led our draft takes coverage, our 3 days and 45 hours of coverage, takes over controls, and we begin breaking down the 2021 schedule. More jersey giveaways coming up. Stay with us.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Welcome back, everyone, to our 2021 schedule release coverage. Great to see my good friend Derek Gunn, and special congrats to M. Forbes, our first lucky winner of the Devontae Smith jersey, the first of 10 jerseys, Gunner, that we will give away tonight. We're also giving away a pair of tickets to the Eagles home opener. We'll do that tonight. And Gunner, I'm proud to say, and I let all of our viewers on the live stream already know, we have tickets for every single game on the schedule, home and away.
Wait a minute.
So,
not just the home opener?
Not just the home opener. All 17 games. So you could be, as a subscriber to the JAKIB Media channel, you could go to Vegas for that game in October. You may end up in Dallas. So we are loaded, Gunner, and we're going to create a lot of great experiences for a lot of Super Eagle fans.
Yeah, Krause, I'm looking at people in the chat room talking about, oh, man, I didn't win. Well, you know what? Keep your hopes up, because as you just heard Krause talk about it, there's still 9 more jerseys to give away. He's only announced one winner. So don't get discouraged yet. There's still a possibility your name could be called before we leave these very airwaves tonight.
Yeah, no, thanks for the clarity, Gunner. And I want to make sure everybody does realize it. Spot on. We have 9 more jerseys to go. And if things play out tonight the way I expect them to play out, we may even end up with one additional one that we may squeeze in before we punch out and turn into a pumpkin.
That's my jersey.
Right at midnight.
I'll fight you for it if I have to.
Yeah, you and Barrett Brooks, brother. You guys can arm wrestle when he comes up and he joins you out right around 9:03, 9:04 today. Yeah. But Gunner, can you believe it? We're doing a 4-hour show, a 4-hour live stream on the schedule, coming off a season where we only were able to post 4 wins in the column. And yet I feel a great amount of buzz and a great amount of energy around this football team. Not sure it'll last, right, but it feels pretty good right now.
When you think about how much buzz there is around just talking about the release of a schedule, once again, this is just evidence why the NFL is the most popular sport in this country. I mean, you think about it. The buzz, when a season ends, the buzz begins with free agency talk. Then it picks up with the draft. Then, of course, OTAs, mini camps, training camp, and then the schedule release as well. There's no doubt about it. You know, people want to start making their plans as soon as possible. And now that the state of Pennsylvania and the country is starting to open up more, we're assuming that obviously people are going to travel more, especially football fans, to go see their team play, in this case, the Philadelphia Eagles. And let's face it, no fan contingent in the NFL travels any better than the Philadelphia Eagles. After covering this team for 23 years, I can testify to the fact that this is one of the largest, if not the largest, traveling contingent in all the NFL. It is a faithful, loyal base, win, lose, or draw, come hell or high water.
Let's talk about that, Gunner, because we'll see if they'll travel in game one. The schedule comes out and the Eagles open up the 2021 season, and they open up on the road. They go south into Atlanta, and I guess right off the bat, who's going to cover all those receivers?
Yeah, you know what? That's a coin toss. I'm surprised they did not address the cornerback situation a little bit more diligently in free agency. Now, we understand they were cash strapped in free agency, but there's still some low-tier veterans out there that you could have brought in, and maybe still the Eagles are going to bring some of those guys in. But they didn't draft a cornerback until the 4th round, when there were some other cornerbacks they could have taken in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. So when you talk about going down to Atlanta, you're looking at a team that was 4-12. They were last in the NFC South. I don't think the Atlanta, even though they have a new head coach in Arthur Smith, I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are going to be rollovers that first game of the season. This is a team like the Eagles that's licking their wounds. They were embarrassed like the Eagles in 2020. They're going in a new direction like the Eagles with a whole new head coach, new coaching staff, new direction. Arthur Smith was the offensive coordinator down in Tennessee. So Atlanta Falcons want to get the show on the road started properly, just like the Eagles do. The difference is the Falcons have this game in their own backyard, and Atlanta's arena, it's a dome. It's a loud environment. The fans get into the game, season opener. A lot of people who couldn't get to go to games last year are going to be there, Falcons fans as well as Eagles fans. But this is going to be a game where I believe the noise level is going to be as loud for the Eagles as it is for the Falcons.
You know, when I saw this game released earlier today, the game one being on the road in Atlanta, Gunner, I immediately thought about that generational talent that was taken in the 1st round. Kyle Pitts, the local kid, will be in the lineup, will play, you assume, barring any injury or early injury or anything like that. And he's out of the box. They get to see what Kyle Pitts is all about. And I cringe a little bit because I go back to the move of going from 6 to 12 because when they were at 6 before the trade, I was hoping for Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Zach Ertz is still on the schedule. Now, we all assume Zach Ertz is either going to be traded or released at some point. I don't believe Zach Ertz will wear an Eagles uniform in 2021. But the bottom line is he's still on this roster right now. I believe that if they had drafted a Kyle Pitts, they might have expedited his departure out of Philadelphia, but they didn't. Tight end was not their most pressing concern right now. You know, we've talked about this on a number of occasions. They're more pressing concerns, obviously. A number 1 wide receiver, a cornerback to play opposite of Darius Slay, some linebacking help, some serious linebacking help, some more help on the edge in terms of rushing. You have Brandon Graham, who's 33 years of age. Derek Barnett shows flashes of brilliance, but you don't know how long he will physically hold up in a season. So they need some help. You know, obviously, they need help in the trenches as well. So as much as you had wanted that tight end was not that priority. We still don't know exactly. We assume we do. We don't know who the left tackle is going to be for this team. So they've got some issues they had to address. And unfortunately, Krause, tight end position was not it.
Well, it all gets underway at September 12th. The Eagles go on the road. The first game on the schedule is Atlanta. John McMullen, NFL insider, co-host of Birds 365, jumps into the conversation. Johnny Mack will be with us and be with Derek Gunn for this opening 25 minutes of breakdown of the schedule. And then on the other side of the top of the hour, Barrett Brooks will jump on board. I want to welcome all of those individuals watching in on the live stream. As Gunnar mentioned, don't get discouraged because you were not selected for the first jersey.
Right.
You still have 9 more jerseys to go. If you're on the live stream right now, go to the link, drop your email so you're ready to go. And when Gunnar and Johnny Mack finish up their opening breakdown of the schedule, I'll jump back into the conversation and we will pick. Let me see what I'm doing here. I think I'm giving away jersey number 2. I am, Gunnar. So after the opening segment, I'll give away jersey number 2. M. Forbes, congrats to you. They're on the live stream. They are our first winner. I'll drop off the conversation. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hey, I'm still waiting to hear D. Gunn and Johnny McMullen. You know, you better mention one or both of our names tonight, man. John, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, right.
John, good to be with you. Schedule.
As always.
Happy schedule day.
Yeah, man. As always, we welcome everybody into the JAKIB Media Sports Network. This is the official schedule release coverage. I'm Derek Gunn, along with John McMullen, co-host of Birds 365. It is presented by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Pick up a pack of beef jerky right now. Go to steersnacks.com. And everybody, as Joe Krause has been talking about, don't forget to subscribe to the JAKIB Media channel, especially tonight, as Krause will be along throughout the night, and he's giving away some great prizes. You just heard that he gave away 1 jersey, 1 number 10 Devonta Smith jersey. He has 9 more jerseys he's going to give away, and also he's got tickets to give away, not just for the home opener in 2021, but throughout the course of the season. So as I mentioned to Krause, John, I'm going to mention it again. I'm watching a lot of people in the chat room here kind of discouraged that their names weren't called, but keep your fingers crossed, keep your toes crossed, keep your head up, because there's more giveaways coming up. But John, everybody's been buzzing about the schedule in 2021. And before we dive into it, as long as you and I have been covering this game, the one thing that always fascinates me is how jacked up people get about a schedule being released. Yeah. I can understand free agency. I can understand the draft, but it just tickles me to death that people get jacked up to find out times, dates, and where when a schedule comes out, man.
Yeah, you're right, Derek, because that's what it is. We already knew who the Eagles were playing. So now we have the times and the dates put to it. Look, logistically, I get it. If you want to travel to Las Vegas, you want to know what date it is. But the fact that, yeah, people, I mean, it is like Christmas Day in the NFL. And that's what the league does so brilliantly. You know this, Derek. It goes from the Super Bowl to the combine, to the pre-draft buildup, to free agency. Then you have the draft itself. Rookie minicamp starts Friday at the NovaCare complex. Then you have OTAs and a typical offseason. We'll see what happens. Obviously, the pandemic has affected things the past couple of years. You keep rolling right along. The best thing this league does is set up the calendar, because football is always on the front page. Everybody wants to talk about it, and the schedule's part of it. They've made this into an event. You got to give the league a lot of credit.
And let's face it, when it comes to football in Philadelphia, Philadelphia is a different beast from most NFL cities. This team can go 0-16, or correction, in 2021, 0-17 now that you have an extra game. And football is still king in this city.
Oh, sure. And, you know, don't get me wrong. It's great to have the Sixers closing in on a number 1 seed. Unfortunately, the Flyers haven't had much success, but when they do, they're relevant. The Phillies are relevant. You go back to Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins. That group, you know, captured the imagination of the city. But Gunnar, this is a 4-win team, and people still are interested. And that's the difference between football and every other sport. This is a football town. It has been a football town for a very, very long time. And you see how jacked up people are. New coach, little bit of energy, new unproven quarterback, but people still have hope. That's what it's about. People have hope. And guess what, Gunner? If you go strength of schedule, I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. But if you're just going wins and losses from last year,
Right.
the Eagles have the easiest schedule in the NFL. So that's going to bring up hope as well.
Yeah, no question. All right, John, I'm going to go through the schedule real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll dissect the schedule and digest it and talk about the pros and cons and some of the key matchups and stuff that you're looking forward as well. All right, so we're going to kick this thing off with this. It is probably the worst kept secret of the day. It came out earlier today that the Eagles will kick off the 2021 season on the road down in Atlanta. Of course, the Falcons have a new head coach in Arthur Smith. They come back home on September 19th for their home opener against the San Francisco 49ers at 1 p.m. Then after that, they have a Monday night encounter on September 27th down in the state of Texas against Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys. That's an 8:15 p.m. kickoff. On October 3rd, they're back at home to take on the Super Bowl runners-up, Andy Reid and his Kansas City Chiefs at 1 p.m. October 10th, they're on the road again at Carolina. Matt Rule, former Temple head coach Matt Rule, and the Carolina Panthers at 1 p.m. Then they have just 4 days to get ready for the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a Thursday night, October 14th at 8:20. After that, on October 24th, they travel out to, let's say a place that a lot of people like to travel to, Sin City, to take on the Las Vegas Raiders at 4:05. After that, they close out the month of October on Halloween at Detroit. And, you know, anytime you go to Detroit, it's a lot of trick or treats in that city. So they close.
Skelly, by the way, out in Detroit now, Gunner.
Exactly. So they have a new head coach as well as Dan Campbell. November 7th, they open up the month of November at home against the Chargers, against another new head coach in Brandon Staley, 4:05. He's a former defensive coordinator of the Rams. On November 14th at Denver, at 4:25 at Denver. That's going to be a good matchup, and we'll talk about that as well. Then they come back home November 21st to take on the new-look New Orleans Saints at 1 p.m. We're so used to having that man named Drew Brees at quarterback, but now they have a whole new leadership down there. Now, they close out the month of November on November 28th at the Giants at 1 p.m. December 5th, they play another New York team. This time they go back to New York to take on the Jets, who are now head coached by Robert Saleh, the former 49ers defensive coordinator. They get a bye week finally, week 14. Can you believe this? 14 weeks until the team gets a bye? Are you kidding me? So they get a bye week. Now, here's an interesting one. This one is not official yet, but on December 18th or 19th, it's still to be determined, they will take on the Washington football team at home. That's when they can begin the flex schedule. So it's still yet to be determined if that game will be on Saturday the 18th or Sunday the 19th against the Washington football team. After that, on the 26th, the day after Christmas, they're at home against the Giants at 1 p.m. Then they're on the road against Washington at 1 p.m. January 2nd, kicking off the new year down in Washington. And they close out the regular season January 9th at home against the Dallas Cowboys. And again, it's crazy to sound, John. January 9th is game number 17, not 16, but game 17.
Yeah, week 18. We got to get used to that. It's going to take me a while to get used to week 18, game 17. And you think about, you always talk about teams, Gunner, how long we've been doing this. You say 10-6, 9-7, no more. It's got to be 9-8, 10-7, 17 games. And that's where we are. I don't know about you, but I look at the schedule. Two things stick out to me. One is you see the dominant teams, and it starts with those Super Bowl teams, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, both at Lincoln Financial Field, though. So that helps a little bit in the fact that, it's not going to be an empty Lincoln Financial Field. 70,000 people are going to be there rooting for the Eagles. That makes it a little bit more difficult for the marquee teams. At least you don't have to face them on the road. Mm-hmm. Second thing, I don't know about you, Gunner, but what sticks out to me, November 14th at Denver, once the Eagles finish that game, and who knows how difficult that game is. If Aaron Rodgers is out there, it's really difficult.
Sure.
If he's not, it's a winnable game. But either way, from that point forward, the Eagles don't have to get on another airplane for the rest of the season.
Isn't that something?
I mean, it is New Orleans at home, at the Giants, at the Jets. So we're riding up the New Jersey Turnpike 2 weeks in a row. Then you have a bye week. Then you have a home and home against Washington over a 3-week span. In between, you have a game against the Giants here, and you finish up with Dallas here. Don't have to get on an airplane after November 14th. That is good news for the Philadelphia Eagles.
A lot of people don't realize that not having to travel by air, especially long distances, that's a psychological edge. It keeps you more psychologically sharp, mentally sharp for a lot of guys, because by the time you get down to the latter part of November, a lot of guys mentally are starting to get a little bit weary, not just playing the game, but because you got to pack up, you got to travel, you turn around right after the game, you get back on a flight, you come home, you have Monday to try to heal up, then you're right back at it. But you're right, just to travel 2 games by way of team buses, 3 games. Their last 3 road games, they're taking bus or train wherever they're going. And that's a mental relaxation that could benefit this team, especially in the latter part of the season.
Yeah, no question about it. I love that home stretch because you look at the New Orleans Saints and people think, you mentioned, you almost have that default setting in your mind. Okay, that's going to be a tough game, but there's no more Drew Brees. So who knows where the New Orleans Saints are? They have to go a different direction at the quarterback position. So on paper, it doesn't project to be nearly as difficult as it normally would be. And then, those treks up the New Jersey Turnpike are easy on the body when you compare to, say, traveling out to the West Coast. And then you close with a month worth of games.
Yep.
Month's worth of games against the NFC East. And let's be honest, it's been a bad division for 2 years now, Derek. Hopefully, everybody, I think, is headed in the right direction, including the Philadelphia Eagles. But they're not, you don't look at any of those teams. I look at the Washington front 7. I say, well, that's a tremendous group. But the entire team, they're still looking for the answer quarterback. It's going to be Ryan Fitzmagic. 1 week, you might have Fitzmagic. 1 week, you might have Fitztragic. And that's sort of what it is. The New York Giants are still trying to figure out with Daniel Jones. And the Cowboys, I think the Cowboys are the favorite. But we have to see where Dak Prescott is from a health standpoint. And they have their own issues.
No question about it. Every team is trying to move to that next level in this division. And as much as I hate to say it, I think right now the other 3 teams in the division have a slight jump on the Eagles.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
In terms of overall personnel. Now, when you look at the Dallas Cowboys, their defense in 2020 was atrocious. So what do? They go out and spend 8 of their 11 draft picks on defense. Their first 6 picks were on the defensive side of the football. So they're getting younger, and eventually they're going to get a little bit better. But they are loaded on offense. They have an offense that can keep them in a lot of shootouts, man. If those guys stay healthy in the offensive side of the football, people keep talking about Dallas's big 3 in receivers, in Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. But they forget about a kid named Cedric Wilson, who is also pretty quick and pretty sure-handed down there. You got that kid named Ezekiel Elliott running the football. Their line was decimated by injuries last year, so you're assuming their line's going to be healthier in 2021 as well. You look at that Washington football team. I agree with you. You never know which week Ryan Fitzmagic is going to show up. But when that guy shows up, as we saw not too long ago, he is lights out. When he is on. And they go out and get him another receiver in Curtis Samuel to go along with that kid, Terry McLaurin, who is an Eagles killer over the last couple of seasons. Their defense, they spend their first-round pick on a linebacker to go with already a stout defense which I believe was number 2 in the league in defense, if memory serves me correct.
Yeah, they are tremendously talented up front on the defensive side of the ball.
And when you go up the turnpike to New York, you're talking about a franchise quarterback up there who's on the hot seat. He's under the microscope. And obviously, New York is a media mecca. He's heard all the questions and the doubts about, is he the right guy for this franchise? This is a proven year for him. But the Giants have done everything they could possibly do to make it easier for him. You had a Kenny Golladay to an already decent arsenal of Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Evan Ingram, and then you go out and draft this kid in the first round, Kadarius Toney, as a wide receiver as well. And
they got Kyle Rudolph, by the way, the tight end. And yeah.
Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah.
And Saquon Barkley's coming back from an ACL tear.
And that, by the way, Derek, that's the biggest concern to me. You start with Dallas and you talk about Cooper and Lamb and Gallup. You mentioned Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel. Now you have Kenny Golladay added to the Giants mix. Look at the Eagles cornerbacks. That's the one issue where you say outside Darius Slay. We're talking to Zach McPherson today on a Zoom call as the Eagles rookies start to show up for minicamp, for rookie camp. Zach McPherson's a 4th-round pick.
Exactly.
And you say he's going to have to go out there and potentially start at outside corner, which is questionable enough. But then you say, okay, you got to go check Amari Cooper or CeeDee Lamb or Terry McLaurin or Kenny Golladay.
Yep.
That's not fair to Zach McPherson.
Yeah.
Now, Howie Roseman has said, and he went back to 2017, as you know, Gunner, and they acquired Ronald Darby in August. And he basically confirmed, hey, we're going to pick up somebody. I don't know where it comes from. It might be Steven Nelson on the free agency front. It might be a trade that we're not even thinking about right now. But the Eagles got to get better at the cornerback position, or it could be ugly in this division on that back 7.
I think right now it's Avonte Maddox's job to win or lose. I think Avonte is much better in the slot, is a nickel corner, more so than playing on the outside. The thing I love about the kid is that he's fearless, very physical. He's a sure tackler. But his one glaring weakness is his height, against these guys. And you're talking about, among the names we just mentioned, a lot of these guys, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". And that's just within the division. We're not even talking about some of the receivers that Denver has. Tampa Bay has Mike Evans, 6'5".
Look at week 1, Gunner.
Julio Jones. Okay, Calvin Ridley, all these. So, and if I'm a smart coach opposing the Eagles, what you always want to attack the weakness. And I've got to test that weakness, which is shorter cornerbacks and unproven entities beyond that. Now, we hope that Rodney McLeod comes back 100% from that ACL tear. They added an Anthony Harris, a veteran presence back there. So you look at the safety position and say, okay, it's okay right now. At least you're not turning it over to a bunch of kids. You're turning it over to guys who have been around the block for a few years now. Is it enough to combat what they're going to face? And, we just mentioned like the number 1 receivers on most of these teams that we've been talking about. But most of these teams have 2, 3 receivers, 3 legitimate receivers in a lot of cases that you have to worry about. They can't cover everybody.
No, you're right. And that's been one of the issues and why the Eagles felt a need to go Devontae Smith and to trade up to get him, because they have been, and this is kind of amazing, Derek, as you know, 2 consecutive years not having even one wide receiver with more than 600 yards in this environment, in the modern NFL, where it's so easy to throw the football. And you're right, these teams have 2, 3 weapons at receiver. So it's on both sides of the football. The Eagles have to figure out a way how to stop it, and they have to figure out a way to get more explosive on the offensive side of the ball. That's where Nick Sirianni comes in, the scheming, Devontae Smith. let's see what Jalen Hurts can do as a thrower. I think we all know he can extend plays and do some things with his legs, but can he throw from the pocket? And then we have to see huge jumps forward from Jalen Reagor and some of these other young receivers. We had Mike Quick on Birds 365 today. Mike was really high on John Hightower. I was a little bit surprised by that. I think, from looking late last season, I thought Quez Watkins maybe was taking a little bit more of a step forward. But we'll see. They need some of those guys to start contributing.
And the thing is, with this team, a lot of your skill position players are still learning how to play the game at this level. You have a quarterback now who has 4 games of NFL experience under his belt. He caught the world off guard. He took over in Green Bay and almost pulled out a win against the Packers before they made adjustments and shut him down. He turns around, he beats the New Orleans Saints. But after that, once people had a sample of him, he struggled his last 2 games before the season ended. So now that people have more film on Jalen Hurts, what are they going to do to try to defend him? What are they going to try to take away? But we have not seen Jalen Hurts in a Nick Sirianni offense. So how is Nick going to play to his strengths and disguise his weaknesses better? That's going to be great counterpoint conversation throughout the course of the season, especially early on in the season when right out of the gate, your first 4 games, Atlanta, San Francisco, which is going to be a lot healthier. We know what they're like on defense when they were healthy. They were decimated by injury. You talk about the Eagles being decimated by injury.
Oh, yeah.
That team was decimated by injuries on defense in 2020. Then you got to go to Dallas and come back home and face Kansas City. Those first 4 games are going to tell us a lot about Nick Sirianni's offense and how he's trying to utilize the weapons within the structure of his new offense and how his quarterback is handling the pressure in that offense.
Yeah, and you talk about that San Francisco team. You remember 2019 when the 49ers were making the run toward the Super Bowl. Right. What Nick Bosa meant to that team defensively. He was like the last piece of the puzzle. He was so dominant on that front. Right. That might have been the biggest injury in the NFL because that shifted their defense so much.
Yep.
And he's going to be back at 100%. And I think that the 49ers are going to be a contender again. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be able to keep that starting job because, Derek, when you draft a quarterback in the top 5 of the draft, there's a lot of pressure to get him on the field. However, if you keep winning football games, that pressure lessens. I think Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers have a chance to win a lot of football games.
Hey, John, we're going to step aside for just a moment. You are locked on to the JAKIB Media Sports Network. This is our official schedule release coverage on this network. We're going to step aside and pay a few bills. Coming back, Joe Krause will be here to give away maybe 1, maybe 2 more jerseys. Don't go away. You're locked on with John McMullen, Derek Gunn. We're talking Eagles schedule 2021. We'll be right back.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
And back here live as we come to you on the JAKIB Media live stream channel. We thank everybody for being a part of our 2021 special coverage of the NFL schedule release, all presented by Pure Bull. Remember, go to steersnacks.com. We thank Pure Bull for jumping in and being our provider, not only of our 10 Devontae Smith jerseys that we will give away tonight, but all of our giveaways throughout the entire year, leading all the way up into the season. Remember, we'll have tickets, my friends, to every single game on the Eagles schedule, both home and away. Okay, now, Gunner will return in just a moment. Barrett Brooks is going to join D-Gun as we continue our analysis of the schedule. Special thanks to John McMullen. He'll be back with me following the middle when Eitan Shander and Harry Mays jump in on board. We'll finish up with Johnny Mack tonight. Our first winner was M. Forbes. And as we kind of worked through the process of all of these email names going into this system, we had some slight technical glitches, but we're working through it. At the end of the day, we will give away 10 Devontae Smith jerseys, and I'm gonna extend an olive branch out to the viewers watching the live streams right now. I'm going to add an additional jersey into the mix, into the giveaway. So D Block, who is out there on the live stream, D Block, congrats to you. And now our next winner has already been selected. So just to set the table, as we work through some of these technical issues to get it right, M. Forbes is our first winner. I gave a second jersey away, call him 1A. So 1A, jersey number 2, goes to D Block. D Block, thanks for being here. Our next winner of the Devontae Smith jersey, and remember, we're not releasing the email address, just the first part of your email. And the next winner of a Devontae Smith jersey is M. Furtado 203. M. Furtado 203 is our next winner, and I'm going to call M. Furtado our second winner of the jersey, even though we now have 3 winners. So we have M. Forbes, we have D Block, who was part of the technical glitch, and now M. Furtado 203 becomes our next jersey winner. Back to our coverage we go. More jerseys to give away in hour number 2. Derek Gunn will return. Barrett Brooks will be here. Eitan Shander, Harry Mays. We'll continue to analyze the schedule. Don't forget, at the very end of the night, after we've given away all of the jerseys, we also will give away a pair of tickets to the home opener. Pair of tickets to the home opener, and that will be on the 19th of September. You heard D. Gunn and Johnny Mac talking about it. A pair of tickets. By the way, when we give away seats to a game, we don't give away tickets up in the last row of the stadium. We give away great seats. Your experience will be incredible. And who's going to go to Vegas? You'll have to stay a subscriber on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. So a couple of more shout outs before we get back to our conversation. I want to shout out to a couple of subscribers who have been part of the growth of JAKIB Media, and I'm super appreciative. You may not always agree with us. You may not like what John McMullen or Jody Mack talks about on Birds 365. You may get pissed off at Harry Mays on the middle. But Lou D, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you being there. Play Action Reel, you're my hero, brother. You've been with us from jump, and I super am thankful to you for being a part of it. Penguin AZ, welcome to the JAKIB Media family, my friend. Glad you're here. And Bow, I think it is Bow 316 or Ball 316. Correct me if I don't have that pronunciation correct. Appreciate you as well, my friend. Thank you so much to all of our subscribers. Continue to put your email address into the link and stay with us as we have a great 3 hours in front of us. I promise. All presented by Pure Bull. Have you gone to steersnacks.com? If you haven't gone yet, go during the break. Back on the other side with Derek Gunn and Barrett Brooks.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Hi, once again, everybody. We welcome you back to the JAKIB Media Sports Network. I'm Derek Gunn. You just heard me on with John McMullen, who is the co-host of Birds 365, as we broke down the Eagles 2021 official NFL schedule. John McMullen had to exit. He is getting ready for a later broadcast. Joining me now is the man, the myth, the legend. Did I just say that? Did I just give him props like that?
How much do I owe you for that? How much do I owe you?
I want a side of ribs. I want a new car. I want a check in the mail. But everybody who knows this man knows he is my main man. One of my best friends in this area. He is Barrett Brooks. He and I have done a lot of damage talking football throughout the years.
Absolutely.
And Barrett, it's always good to sit and chop it up with you, talking about the Eagles schedule. You've had time now to digest this 2021 schedule. First of all, what jumps out first and foremost to you about this schedule?
Man, when they enter it and when they leave it, the alpha and omega, the front and the back of that schedule is crazy, bro. I mean, you begin the season with four very good teams. Say what you want to say. This Falcons team is not going to be a pushover. Everybody's saying it's going to be an easy win. I'm not seeing that, man. They have Pitts roaming around in the middle of that offense. You have Julio Jones. You have a bunch of really good offensive players out there that can play, man. And I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. So this is going to be a test for this Eagles team. At the end of the day, this is going to be an indoctrination of a new head coach, a new offense. They're going to have to go out there and impose their will on the team. They're not just going to lay over. They got a new coaching staff also. Yeah. Their defense sucks. Our defense may suck. Yeah. So I don't know. This is going to be the battle of two teams that aren't really slated to do much this year. But this could be a leg up on the Eagles, really going out there and showing what type of team they are, learning how it is to be in the NFL, rookie head coach. At least this quarterback, Hurts, goes in with an offensive line that can help him, all his complement of weapons. I want to see if you give him the reins of a team that's effective enough and played together enough to go out and execute an offense. I want to see what he can do, man.
The thing is, right out of the gate, Nick Sirianni gets the Atlanta Falcons. Then he gets the San Francisco 49ers, and
healthy.
They're going to be a lot healthier.
Yes, healthy.
Especially that defense. That defense was like a defense of pit bulls, man. Once they jump down on you, they don't let up. I mean, that defense played that team a couple of years ago.
Well, when you look at it, man, they got Nick Bosa back, their first rounder from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
he was out last year, so he's a little pissed off that he didn't play last year. That's so right. He's going to be chomping at the bit, ready to go out there and rock and roll. He's going to be ready to hunt. And Armstead on the other side, he's pretty good too. So and in the middle of that defense, rookie from last year, Javon Kinlaw.
Yeah.
He can rush, man. I mean, he's a total player coming out of I think it was NC State. I mean, he can play and he can take it to another level. So, this team right here, with D Ford coming off the bench on passing downs, they can come out here and play. And the Eagles better be ready to rock and roll. I mean, it's one of those things where this is going to show me the mentality of the Eagles team, because the 49ers are going to want to come punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Can you take it? Everything is all good until you get punched in the face. How do you react after that? And I don't care about Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't care about Trey Lance. I want to see the physicality of this Eagles team going against this 49er team. This is where you know what type of team you have. Can you get punched in the face, get back up, and punch back? Or are you going to cry, pick up your marbles, and go home? This is where I want to see how this coaching staff gets his players ready to rock and roll. It's cool and all and everything. Hey, I love ball players. They got to love ball. I want to see somebody get punched in the face, get back up, and start punching back. That's what I want to see.
See, and then after they take on that rugged 49ers team, they've got to lick their wounds and put rubber bands and gauze and super glue on what hurts and get ready for a Monday night trip down to Dallas. And, you can say what you want to say about the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott is coming off a gruesome injury. Okay.
Yes.
But we also know we've seen gruesome injuries in the NFL, and we've seen players come back from them time and time again. Now Dak is armed with a new $160 million contract. Okay. And look at what he's coming back to throw to.
Loving life right now. Because, you look at the weapons that they have. I mean, come on, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. That's your boy, Michael Gallup from Colorado State. You loved him from the beginning when they picked him up. And CeeDee Lamb.
Yes.
Come
Don't
on,
forget about Frederick Wilson.
You know what I mean? This is gonna be this is what I live life for. watching this Eagles team play against top-notch players.
Yeah.
I mean, La'el Collins is coming back. You know, he was their starting right tackle, you know, not last year, but the year before last. He was hurt last year.
Yep.
Zach Martin's back. Tyler, what's his name? Bedez, I forget it, Bedez, something like that. The starting center. This is another year under him. Yeah, this is another year under him. Then, you know, Connor Williams started at left guard. He started all last year.
Yep.
These guys are ready to play. And, you know, Tyron Smith, he always enters the season healthy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not until after, you know, like the 9th or 10th game that he falls out. But he's going to be healthy for that third game against this Eagles team. And this is where, you know, this is where the men stop playing around and buckle it up. And that's when you gain an identity on who you are as a team. This is where you find out who you are as you go forward. Because you know the plays that you run well, you know the plays you don't run well. You know, other teams have seen what you run well, they know what you don't run well. So that means they're going to be game planning against a complement of what they've seen and the tape that they've seen, but you're also countering them and you know, showing who you are as a team. This is where you gain your identity from this point forward. This is when you're going to be doing everything that you're going to do for the rest of the season. So, man, I love when they get into their third and fourth game, because when they turn this, you know, turn it up, and the identity comes to fruition, I want to see what type of Eagles team this is. I mean, I'm hoping it's a physical, tough team, you know, and not a team that just loves ball. I need more than that.
Week 4, first Sunday of October. You know who's coming to town? Andy Reid.
I think I need a ham sandwich.
Andy Reid.
That's your boy.
The Super Bowl the last 2 years. You know I love Big Red.
No question.
Big Red and I, we chat periodically during the offseason and even during the season. He's coming to town. That's crazy.
He used to call you all the time, but we were sitting there at our desk.
I know, huh?
You get a call from Big Red. I'm like, oh, bro, how you just getting a call from Big Red like that?
Andy
Reid just calls you.
Hey, one year he sent me a care package from Kansas City from some barbecue, Jack Stack's barbecue. What else do I need? Right?
I mean, we're literally sitting there and he calls you. You know, I don't have any coaches call me. And I played 12 years in NFL. Nobody calls me like that.
Well, you got a parole officer that calls you.
See why I don't like him, y'all? See, that's this guy right here. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. I'm telling y'all, don't trust him. But yeah, man, you're right, man. Big Red's in town, bro, and he's going to unleash that offense. Yeah, and is this defense ready to play? But we don't even know what Gannon's going to run. That's number one.
Right.
You know, so if you don't know what they're going to run, is it going to be an aggressive defense? We all saw what happened last year and the year before that and the year before that. You know, if the front four didn't generate pressure, you know, Sports didn't like to really send a lot of guys because he didn't trust the DBs in the backfield. Well, they still not trusting the DBs because they didn't draft enough or do enough.
Back there now. Seriously.
Come on, man. I mean, who's going to play? That's what I'm saying. You're right, man. You're right. But,
you know, Rodney McLeod, you got Anthony Harris, you got Darius Slay.
All right, you got Darius Slay.
What?
You got Avonte Maddox.
Wait, Avonte Maddox. They need to move him back to the slot, man.
Well, they're going to have to. But who are they going to play at the wide corner?
I don't know. See, that's the question. See, I think he's going to be a starter until they get on the outside opposite Darius Slay until they can get somebody ready to assume that role. But getting ready might take 2, 3, 5 weeks.
Well, see, then that's the problem. You know, I mean, I did like their draft pick in the 4th round. I mean, I like, McPherson he actually started out at Penn State.
Yeah.
He has some skills, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was not watching him necessarily breaking out film on him.
Right.
But there is a quarterback, Howard, at Kansas State right now, who's a local kid from here in Philly, you know, on the outskirts of Philly, a Bucks County kid. So he's starting for Kansas State. So I'm watching film on him, and he's going against Knowles, a pretty good wide receiver at Kansas State.
Right.
And I saw him rerouting Knowles. I saw him sitting back in zone. I saw him making plays, being very physical to the line of scrimmage, coming up and making plays in the run. He could drop back in covers. I saw a lot of good things from him. But it's a reason why he got drafted in the 4th and not in the 1st. You know, if you want a guy to go out there and give you, you know, number 1 reps against number 1 wide receivers, you got a DB that was drafted. You got to have one that's drafted at that level.
That's right.
You know, it's hard to find, you know, that diamond in the rough all the time. Why not go out there and invest in a guy, you know, early in the draft?
Right.
I mean, I love offensive linemen, but I really think in the 2nd round we should have got a big time DB, the opposite of Slay. You know, but since we're not, we're going to be going against Tyreek Hill. You know, McCole Hardman. Come on, man. You know, Byron Pringle, Kansas State guy, straight speed, 4.3 guy. That's 3 guys right there.
Yeah.
that run 4.3 40s, and Tyreek Hill runs a 4.2 40. No, I think Hardman runs a 4.2 also.
4.2, I think it was 4.25 or something like that.
Right. So, we're talking about straight speed at 3 spots that the secondary is going to have to look at. But then you have that guy, that man roaming around the middle of the field. All he does is keep the sticks moving and catch first downs and touchdowns, and Travis Kelce. I mean, come on, man. Then you just have the number 1 quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes. Do the Eagles have a snowball's chance in hell?
Yes.
I would say not. I would say not.
Anything can happen on any given Sunday. We've seen it. You played the game for 12 years. You know that, man.
And I've also got my butt kicked against people on any given Sunday.
That's true. That's true. They go down after the KC game. They go down to Carolina, and they take on Matt Rule. Now, Matt Rule, very innovative offensive mind. He's got a year on his belt now. They've made some adjustments. They've made some additions. Christian McCaffrey, you assume is going to be healthy. He wasn't healthy in 2020. They got, some good wide receivers down there. It's going to be interesting. Who's the quarterback now? Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold will be, I think that was a pretty good trade. They went out and got somebody they know can play. Yep. Sam Darnold, he will be around an offensive mind, so it'll be a lot better than him going up there with crazy eyes with the Jets. He'll be able to go out there and play. You're talking about a team that they're on the blocks right now. They're in a position where they have to do more from an offensive standpoint. They did next to nothing last year. Can DJ Moore make something happen? Can Robbie Anderson? We know he's a fast guy. He's a 4.3 guy. Can he get open in the field? David Moore is a reliable receiver. Coming from Seattle. I don't know, man. I like what they have from the running back position. Of course, Christian McCaffrey does everything for. He's a jack of all trades. Can he stay healthy?
Yep.
Against this Eagles team, the big thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is how that offensive line sticks together. If they can stay healthy, they can beat up on anybody in the league. Anybody in the league. They're one of the top 5 offensive lines in the league if they're healthy. If they go in with Lane at right tackle, Brooksy right guard, Kelce, Sayamalu, and I'm not going to say Dillard. I will never think Dillard's going to be a starter for this Eagles team, not at the left tackle position. I think they're going to go Jordan Mailata. That's a pretty good starting 5. In fact, Jordan Mailata, it really shocked me in the Dallas game that he really turned it around. Like, all right, if I put my hands on people, I can really hurt people. And from that point on, that's exactly what he did. He started reaching out and touching people, and it helped his game go to another level. So, if he can go on and keep playing the way he's playing, he could be a pivotal piece on that offensive line, and they can start pushing people around, and you protect Hurts. Hurts can make a difference, man. I think he's a good enough quarterback to move that offense. He gives you a little bit from an athletic standpoint too, as a dual threat. Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard to stop that team, and they have straight speed now. Everywhere at the wide receiver position, there is speed. I'm trying to think of the slowest guy. The slowest guy is J-Jaw. That's the slowest guy in our offensive repertoire at the wide receiver position. Everybody else that runs 4.3s, 4.4
on the team this year.
Well, that's he's got to get it going. Because I look at this. In fact, let me pull that roster up real fast because I'm really intrigued by the speed that this Eagles team has right now. They can run with just about anybody in the league. So let me look up their speed because we've been lacking speed for so long that it's almost as like we say it and we don't believe it, but we do have speed there. We have a lot of speed there.
You got a lot of speed, but you have a lot of inexperience also.
Young speed, yeah.
You got young speed that's going to have to, let's say, take their lumps along the way. Now, Jalen Reagor, who was supposed to be this speedster who could get separation, we didn't see that in 2020. Was it because of him or was it because of the overall situation with the offensive line / quarterback?
That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
You can't blame that. You really can't blame that on them.
That's why I'm asking. See, that's why I'm putting it out there. So you have Quez Watkins. We saw a sliver of the kind of speed he's capable of having.
That's virtually 4.3. That's 4.3 all day. 4.31, almost 4.2.
When he gets an open field. Okay. Devonta Smith, we know what he's capable of doing. Okay.
He might be the slowest guy at 4.4.
Yeah, 4.4.
Yeah.
All right. So now you have a quarterback who's got to learn an entirely new offensive system. And I think, you miss a lot of valuable time when you don't have that on the field time when you talk about the offseason workouts. Obviously, you can make it up in OTAs, minicamp, training camp. You got one less preseason game, 2 less preseason games now. So you can make it up. But you're going to have a crash course because, as I mentioned to John McMullen a short while ago, when Jalen Hurts took over that offense, first of all, he almost shocked Green Bay, but all of a sudden Green Bay made adjustments and shut him down. The next game he comes back, he shocks the world and beats the New Orleans Saints. But then the 2 games after that, he struggled because coordinators made adjustments to defend against him. Now you have 4 game tapes on Jalen Hurts. Now, he's not going to be in a Doug Peterson offense moving forward. He's going to be in this new, unknown Nick Sirianni offense. So I'm waiting to see how Nick plays to his strengths to enhance his productivity and durability and hopefully dependability with his Eagles football team in 2021.
I'm going to tell you the truth, D-Gun. They have a legitimate shot of being a lot better than we
give them credit for.
Yeah, so because I just did a little a mock schedule, not really a mock schedule, but a prediction of the schedule, and I went through the games step by step on NBC Sports, Philly, and I said that they could possibly win 11 games.
Did you hit your head?
Yes, I did. But come on, I've always been a homer. I'm a homer, man.
I know
I'm a homer. I'm a homer, man.
I'm putting him right now. You can't even say 9-7 anymore. I'm putting him at 9-8 right now. maybe 10-7. Maybe. Now, here's the thing: they have the easiest schedule in 2021. Their opponent's combined record winning percentage was 430%. Okay. They are facing, of the new 7 coaches in the NFL this year, they are facing 4 of the new head coaches in the NFL this year, okay? Now, Dan Campbell's been a head coach before, but you're talking about Arthur Smith, who was the offensive coordinator at Tennessee, Robert Saleh, who was an outstanding defensive coordinator with the 49ers, who now takes over the Jets, Brandon Staley, he was the defensive coordinator, great defensive coordinator for the Rams. He's now the head coach of the Chargers. So you're facing 4 new head coaches in new environments, new schemes, new mindsets. And I look at some of the teams that they're facing. The Atlanta Falcons are not going to be as bad as they were in 2020. The Carolina Panthers are going to be a better team than they were. The Raiders, you got to go out there and play John Gruden in Vegas. John Gruden's team is always going to play win, lose, or draw. They're going to play you to the hilt, and you don't know what happened. One game they score 40 points and blow you out. Next game, they can't score a touchdown. You don't know which Raiders team is going to show up that given Sunday. Detroit's a hot mess. Detroit's just Detroit, man. It's ironic.
I like Dan Campbell. I played with Dan. Dan's a good guy, man. I played with Dan. I played with Deuce too. So, they don't know how to win yet. They can't win yet because they don't know how to win yet.
Yeah. I don't think the Chargers. I think the Chargers have a lot of talent. The kid Justin Herbert, if he comes back from that devastating knee injury, this was a kid who was breaking all kind of rookie records before he got hurt.
Well, that's because he got beat up, man, with the offensive line. But what did they do? They went and secured the offensive line with a guard to come in and play. I like that pick. But they were right on the cusp of winning. Yeah, they were going to come to winning. They would have won last year if their coach could have closed the deal. So I think they'll start closing the deal now with this new coach. And like I said, Bosa's back.
Yes.
This another Bosa's back, man. And looking at I think it's a possibility that they can beat that Chargers team. And I think it's a possibility they can beat the Lions team. And I really think they're going to beat up on the Raiders, man. I mean, with that transient, stadium that they have, it's going to be people coming from other places, come to gamble and say, all right, let's go watch a football game. They got a DJ booth and they got a club inside the,
that's right.
So
what's wrong with that? It's the new look NFL. What's wrong with that?
Well, we do here at the Cadillac Club inside, the 76ers when they play. So,
I predict 70% of the people in the stadium in Vegas will be Eagles fans. 70%.
No question. No question.
It's going to be like a home game for the Eagles.
Yep. You're right.
That doesn't translate to a win, but I tell you what, it does help. When you got to go into enemy territory in hostile environment, it's always nice to have that home vacuum, man, when you got to face an enemy on their turf.
It's a difference, man, because that's a beautiful stadium, bro. Ooh, that's a beautiful stadium.
I know. I haven't been there. Just looking at the pictures. Wow.
I'm talking about the pictures, too. I haven't seen it either. I'm looking from, when they played those games last year, I'm like, man, look at that stadium, bro. Beautiful stadium.
Now, when it comes to playing the Jets, Robert Saleh is going to have them playing a whole lot better on defense. I don't know how that's going to translate to offense, especially playing with a rookie quarterback. That remains to be seen. He's going to take his lumps. And by the time the Eagles see the Jets, we're talking about week 13, December 5th, week 13. So you don't know what he's going to be like in terms of, is he the it factor? Could he be the next Justin Herbert? Could he be the next, who knows, mediocre quarterback at that point?
He's going to be trash. That's what he's going to be. It's the same old Jets, man. I don't care who they have as the GM. They are going to be trash, man. Come on, man.
Zach
Wilson. Zach Wilson was the 4th best quarterback in the draft. And they picked him up number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like Elijah Vera Tucker. They got him in the first round.
Right.
Really good player.
Right.
Solid player at the guard position. They're going to help him out. They got 2 huge tackles there.
Right.
They're going to be okay. I can't see him going out there and running a rock like they need to. I mean, they got LaMichael Piron from Washington.
You're right.
Tevin Coleman, he just left San Fran. He was with Atlanta, went to San Fran, came here. At this point, I can't see them going out and really establish a run with the running backs that they have. So how do they think that they're going to go in and make a real difference? Okay, on the offensive side of the ball, I still can't see where I can see them going out and really making a difference. I mean, Carl Lawson,
Yeah.
He balled against us. I mean, he had like 3 sacks against us. He was like a no-name guy that had like 3 sacks against us last year. You know what I'm saying? So he comes in and gets a big contract and comes to the Jets. Other than that, I'm trying to see where they are as far as defensively, where they can really make a difference. I don't see it. Maybe somebody does see it. I can't see it. It's going to be the same old Jets. He is not, Zach Wilson is not talented enough to get those guys going in the right direction. Not just yet. They did go out and get Corey Davis from Tennessee.
Right.
Which is a big time receiver. He's big. He can go out and catch anything. That's a good pickup for him. But still, you got Denzel Memes. Philly fans, we still hate him. Talking trash about it because we didn't pick him up. I mean, come on, man. He's talking about it's a dirty city. I was scared to get out. Punk, we don't want you here no way. You don't need to come here.
How do you really feel?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna get you. Yeah, we got you. Oh, I hope somebody can get him. We got somebody to get him? I don't think we got anybody to get him.
Yeah. Look, here's the one team that I will be watching. The one Eagles opponent I'll be watching. And of course, they come to Lincoln Financial Field November 21st, the New Orleans Saints. We've grown so accustomed to the Saints winning double-digit games every year. But that was with a guy named Drew Brees.
Right.
Now it's either Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. They have everything you need to win except a quarterback.
What my old man used to listen to? The thrill is gone.
Yeah. BB King.
BB King. The thrill is gone.
One thing I do like about this Eagles schedule is that after that Denver game on November 14th, they don't get on a plane again for the rest of the season. And I put out there when I was talking to John McMullen, that's a psychological edge for a lot of players who don't have to get on a plane, travel X amount of miles, compared to getting on a bus or a train and going up and down, I-95 or the Turnpike. And people are like, why is there such a psychological difference? So I want you to explain that to people. So I don't want to misspeak.
Well, it's a psychological difference because, you're playing in your vicinity. I mean, you can get up, you're still on the same time as you are when you're at home. And it is a decided advantage when, you could just jump on a bus and go to Washington or jump on a train and go to D.C. You go right up the Turnpike and go to Giants, jump on a bus and be there in an hour and a half, 2 hours. You're not worried about guys not being, having jet lag and things of that nature. You're just going up there, play a game. You can literally go up there the same day and come back as you're playing the same day. And that's good. That means more time you can spend getting ready for your opponents, number one, and the familiarity you have with the opponents that you're playing against, number two.
Right.
The last 4 games of division opponents, and besides, that Washington team, you're going to already have played them guys once already, so you know what they bring to the table. Now, you're going to go against this Washington team who have a front seven that I think is the most dominant front seven in the NFL. I mean, the most dominant front seven. There's no question they can make things happen. They can rush the passer.
Right.
They can do everything you want from a defensive standpoint with that front seven. And they really worry me because look how many first rounders they have and guys that they're from Alabama in the SEC on the team, not just from the SEC, but from Alabama.
Yes.
On that defensive front seven. So I go through it and I'm looking and I see, all right, Deron Payne from Alabama.
Jeez.
Jonathan Allen from Alabama. Then you go SEC, Montez Sweat.
Yes.
You got you got guys that can rush the passer from all these places, and you got to make sure you're ready to rock and roll with them.
That's right.
You got Matt Ioannidis. Now he's a Temple guy, but we're talking about a guy that feels as though he's been slighted his entire career. So because of that, he's coming at everybody because of that. And you got Jamon Davis going to rush the passer from the outside linebacker position. And then we have Chase Young.
Ryan Kerrigan is a bench warmer now. Right. And that's crazy. Hey, I look at Joe Krause. Joe Krause has jumped on. You know what that means, Barry? We've been running our mouths too long. When Joe jumps on, when the boss jumps on, you're in trouble.
Bro, I get excited when I'm talking to you, man. I didn't even see you up there, Joe. My fault, man.
Really great stuff, Gunnar. I'll give you a chance to wrap up in a quick second, but I got Harry Mays and Eitan Shander on deck, and Harry Mays is pissed off because he's waiting to get on. So,
hey, you tell Harry I said back up. No, but hey, look, man, it's been fun. Joe, as always, thank you for letting me hop on and talk what I love to talk about most football with John McMullen and my man right there, Barrett Brooks. So thank you. And for everybody out there watching, listening, commenting, thank you for hopping on and listening to D-Gun, Barrett Brooks, Joe Krause, John McMullen. And don't go away because there's a lot more giveaways coming up from Joe. Joe has promised me at least 5 or 6 jerseys. If not, I know where he lives. I'm going after him. If I don't get at least 5 or 6 jerseys and tickets. When I got on this thing, I thought, okay, they're giving away tickets for the home opener. Then he drops the bomb and says they have tickets for every game this season. So I know I'm getting something out of this, Barry. You and I, we going to a game on Joe Krause in 2021.
We got it, baby. We got it. We got to roll, man. These guys act like it's very rare that I get on with D-Gun. So, of course I get the Rams, man. But, hey, you cannot stop me.
That's right.
You cannot stop
me. You can try, but you can try to stop us, but you can't.
You can't do it.
Hey, look, you guys have a great night.
Good stuff, guys.
Have a good night, bro.
All right.
All right, good stuff from D-Gun, Barrett Brooks, kicking off our coverage of the 2021 NFL schedule release, all presented, of course, by Pure Bull. Remember, go to steersnacks.com. If you're watching on the live stream at some point tonight or tomorrow, go to steersnacks.com. Try the Huck and Fought, will you? Really, really good stuff. Now, the next winner is in for our jersey. Then we're going to get in to Harry Mays, Eitan Shander, Barrett Brooks. The guys from the middle will continue to break down the 2021 schedule. But our next winner, which will be our 4th selection tonight, but I'm going to slate our winner as number 3. So remember, we kicked off the broadcast with M. Forbes. Then D. Block was our 1A winner. Our second winner of the night was M. Furtado 203. And I believe all 3 have already signed off on the acknowledgement and the confirmation. They are subscribers. And then our next step will be to match up the size of the Devontae Smith jersey, because we're not giving you a XXX if you're an extra large, or we're not giving you an XL if you're a women's medium. So we'll match that up and then we'll get jerseys into the hands of our winners. Don't forget, subscribe to the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. Go to the link in the commercial break. Get your email into the system if you haven't done so already, as we continue to pick out our next winner. Now, our next winner for the Devontae Smith jersey, A. Romero. A. Romero, 2488. Congrats to you. You are now the proud owner of a Devontae Smith jersey. That's A. Romero, 2488 is our third winner on the board. Our fourth overall, A. Romero, 2488. If you're out there in the chat, let us know that you're on board. Congrats to you. There he is, A. Romero. Congrats to you. You are a winner of the Devontae Smith jersey. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go to a commercial break. On the other side of the break, we'll bring in Eitan Shander, Harry Mays, and Barrett Brooks, and all jersey winners tonight. I'm going to give somebody an opportunity to trade back in your jersey. I'll tell you about that later on in the show. Back in a moment.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. What the hell's going on?
Well, is it 11 o'clock? Is it 11 o'clock in the morning?
I never thought you were going to shut the hell up over there. I'm texting Barrett. Will you stop talking so we can come on? It's just ridiculous. I was in the bullpen since like 10 after 9. Like, what are we doing here? And Barrett's going on breaking down rosters of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for Christ's sake.
Well, that's it. You gotta look at the message. The message didn't say that. The message said
watch the screen. You saw Krause come on. You know that's the cue.
Why? I didn't even see Krause come on.
Why? What?
I just
How can you miss him? How do you miss him? He's got that huge hat.
I was breaking down the rosters, man. I was in my thing, man. I was in my zone.
You were in his zone. Look, I don't think there's. You said they were going to win 11 games. Are you stoned?
Oh, that was me being a homer. That was That was me being a homer right there. That was it.
Yeah, that was you with the Freon left over. We know you got no ventilation down there. You clearly have no windows down there. You don't even know what time it is down there. You're just trapped in this box.
Is it 11 o'clock already?
And he's talking, and then he's talking about week 1 about Atlanta. You know, this Atlanta team isn't as bad as they think. And then he says the Eagles are going to win 11 games. And he's talking about Pitts. Pitts is a rookie playing in his first freaking NFL game. You know, he's going to be pooping his pants.
He's going to go out there and rip us for like 140 yards. And then I'm going to turn around, Harry. You did it to us. I ain't hating to do it to you. You did it to us. You said this, and look what he did to us.
That's why you bet the over.
That's right. That's right. You bet the over. That's your ultimate hedge.
Well, you got to bet. You got to bet the over with that, man. Two defenses that can't play. You got to bet the over.
Look, we'll go all through this tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock in the morning, right here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. The three of us are going to have an extended version. This is like beyond overtime. This is like when they canceled, right? They canceled the game, or they postponed the game, and everybody had to come back 7 hours later and pick up in the 9th inning.
I feel like I'm doing like a rain delay or something in a baseball game. You know what I mean? Like let's go to Jimmy Jack. Jim Jackson, he's going to take you through. Like what are we doing here? Like this is what happens when you lose a game of rock, paper, scissors to Krause. You got to come on at 9:30 at night.
You know what the problem is?
Derek Gunn. That's what it is. Gunner always leads, man.
You know what the problem is? I don't have my yak, man. I ain't got my infused pineapple infuser.
Now yak is a code or a word used to describe another vice.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you said I don't have my yak, I'm thinking, all right, well, what? You didn't blow a couple of
well, you're talking about the yayo?
Yeah, that's what when I think of yak, that's the first thing I think of. Now I thought we were done with the F. Murray Abraham impersonations.
I might have to. I mean, it depends on how close we get, man. If we go into a break, I gotta go get me some of my Apple Crown, man.
Yeah,
because at this point, the wife, man, I gotta take her in the morning and drop her off at the. She got to get searched. She got to get a knee replacement tomorrow.
No way.
Yes, so she's getting a knee replacement tomorrow. So I gotta drink me some yak tonight. Wake up and take her, and then I can be ready for you guys in the morning.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta go to sleep. Has to get ready for us in the morning.
I gotta get right to sleep, man. I gotta go right to sleep, man.
No, absolutely. Now, Sam Fleming III on the chat here asks, "What happens if we do win 11 games? You know what? Let's cross that bridge when they win 6 games."
Oh, tell me. Let me tell you, we're gonna
back to it when we win 6 games.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bet. We're gonna have a bet before the season starts.
Oh no, good. But look,
yes,
I'm not taking I'm not getting anywhere near 11 games.
No, Barrett's already on record. See, this is what happens when he's on with his buddy D Gunn. He gets a little crazy.
Yeah, it starts becoming a little chesty. Yep. I see it. The chat here is blowing up.
Right, I'm looking at him. Look at Johnny Robles. Brooks with Queen Latifah's show watching. I'm not watching Queen Latifah.
I think she's singing the anthem in that first game against the Falcons.
No, she's doing the sketch. She did the schedule release tonight. Right after Rascal Flats, they tried to hit multiple demos.
Dude, I'm telling you, this schedule release, the schedule was out. Like all this release stuff and all these networks is the biggest waste of time.
But look, I guarantee, like this is the ultimate test of loyalty. It's one thing if you don't know what's coming with the draft picks, but in this case, everybody knew what's coming, and I guarantee you that everybody still watched. There was no. I told you this the other day. I think it was Monday. I don't even know, Barrett, if you were back, but there was no reason to watch tonight. Not us, of course, but I'm saying the schedule release show because you were going to know ahead of time everything. Yet still, I guarantee you this is more watched than like every single NHL playoff game ever.
No question. I already told you. There are rooms being booked right now in different places, trying to make sure they got their travel arrangements for 6 months from now. This is big time stuff going on. And like I said, I need to get me a spot in the boom boom room with the Raiders.
Oh yeah,
that's where I need to be.
You're going to.
I heard Gunner trying to talk about that thing like it's a good idea.
The boom boom room.
Everybody likes the idea, but you.
Right.
Yeah, that makes me feel even better about it, Harry. All right. The fact that I'm on an island about that makes me reinforce how I feel about it. Absolutely. Now that the schedule is out, right? Because earlier in the day, and again, you can catch us 11 to 1 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. The three of us, knuckleheads, McMullen and McDonald before from 8 to 10, then Dan Cilio in the afternoon. So we're jammed every day, but we didn't have the full schedule earlier in the day. Now we have the full schedule. And we're not going to give them a win, give them a loss yet, dog.
No, that's tomorrow's show.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's show.
Kidding?
Right? That's the only time we ever throw a show away, right?
Exactly.
Because Barrett, here's the thing. It's the one topic, not one meaning like gigantic topic, that Barrett, we can throw to Barrett in a throwaway, he won't care. Like if we're throwing the show away with famous NHL nicknames, he'll roll his eyes, he'll be on his phone.
What is
But if it's throwing it with the schedule, Harry, then it doesn't matter because everybody's going to be in.
Yeah, because then Barrett's going to go through all the depth charts of every Eagles opponent tomorrow on the show.
You have to. I mean, there's some teams that got some quality players, signed. And I went through it again after this is how bad it is for me, guys. I went through it again, and we talked about how bad, the quarterbacks are in this division. And of course, you got to go with Dak being the number one quarterback in this division.
Yeah.
But number two, who would you pick as the second best quarterback in the division?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
What about you, Harry?
You'd have to go Fitz because he's been around so long. He's so experienced. The other guys, they're green. They've done nothing.
So then who's next? Who's next?
I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah,
and I'm not downplaying the. Go ahead, Harry.
I think Hurts.
I don't think it matters.
I'll put Hurts third.
Well, you know what I mean, and that's.
I don't like Daniel Jones.
I don't like Daniel Jones.
Daniel
either,
Jones
but
kicked our ass last year. He kicked our ass last year.
The Eagles were one of 3 teams that he did it to.
Yeah, but they're winning. You said they're winning 11 games.
I'm just saying.
Now you're scared of Daniel Jones.
I'm not scared of him, but I'm just saying. Well, I'm scared of the weapons that he has.
Well, yeah, right. He's got Saquon back.
No,
and he's got a couple of extra wide receivers.
If Saquon was back, they'd have beat our head in.
But I don't think he's very
Saquon
good.
was back last. What?
I don't know. I don't think Daniel Jones is very good.
I thought you meant Saquon.
No.
What?
Well, what if we rephrase Barrett's question to instead of quarterback? Because I think. Oh, and normally this works. Normally, Barrett, your question works, but I think the Eagles and the Giants just have so many questions at that position. So for those two, not the other two, but for those two teams, if you just look at it like offense, because then I feel better about choosing the Giants if you ask me, well, which offense is better?
Okay,
which offense do you trust?
There it is.
If it's quarterback, then I don't want either. Like I'll take option 3, which is just jump out of the plane without a parachute.
But I got to take the Eagles' offensive line, though.
Well, you know what?
Take your offensive line. I'll take the skill set guys on the Giants.
If we go offense, I'm going to go Cowboys 1, Giants 2, Eagles 3, and then Washington for an offense. Mm-hmm. If you look at Washington's team, we look at it from a defensive standpoint. They have a defensive head coach. We're talking about that front 7 that they have more so than – the guys that they have on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, really, they have 2 guys, Samuels
McLaurin and Thomas.
McLaurin.
Yeah, McKissick ain't bad. You could throw to him.
They got a couple of decent running backs.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think they're better than the Eagles.
Bring in a tight end too.
No, they had.
They got Logan Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas, quarterback from Virginia Tech back in the day. Yeah. So I mean, I guess that's the natural progression. You leave from quarterback and you go to tight end, and I guess they sign you back after 6 years. I guess that's the progression.
Yeah, when you turn 33, you re-enter the league as a tight end in your old hometown for your old head coach.
Right.
That's
Duval.
the progression. Yes.
Duval. Can you believe that, man? I cannot believe. I'm still trying to understand, when did he learn how to catch?
Tebow?
To become a tight end.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man. I'm still learning how.
I think he's still learning how to throw.
He never learned that. That's the trick. That's the biggest trick that he ever did.
The full Kevin Spacey on us.
What's that?
Is the mug? I don't have the mug here. Is the mug gonna drop? And is Urban Meyer gonna be drinking some tea mug in slow motion? And then as Tim Tebow walks out of the room, Urban Meyer drops. Like, wait, I just got game.
Look! All of a sudden.
Does Tebow walk with a little bit of a limp?
Right.
Come off the sideline a little bit of a limp.
His hand like this and it goes, and he starts working it out, and he starts walking normal.
Hold on, that's what it is. He gets hit with this injury settlement, right? Because Tebow has some sort of toe injury, and he doesn't make the team, but he gets some injury settlement, and then he walks out, and he's then slowly walks normal.
Yep.
And Urban Meyer is like.
And 1 year later, he's in the booth for CBS doing the Z List NFL game,
making big money.
Hey, look! Hey, I remember Tim Tebow and the quartet from Quartet. Where was the quartet from? Spokane, in the movie Kaiser Sose.
I think it was.
Oh yeah,
I think it was.
You're getting way too specific now.
That's a good detail, man. That's very detailed.
That's what I'm saying. That was a great. That was great. That was a great pull by you, Shan. That was a great pull.
I'm just saying, like that's what I'm waiting. Here's the crazy thing about it, right? We talked a little bit about this earlier in the day, but man, now when you start to look at all these primetime games, the Eagles have one Sunday night, one Thursday night.
No, Monday night and Thursday night.
Monday night, pardon me.
Monday night is
not
Dallas.
On Sunday night. Yes,
not yet.
Monday and Thursday. They're not on. Look, they're not. And yes, I get it. What do you mean good that they're not on?
I hate the Sunday
because
night
that means
games.
I can go home and watch 8 o'clock football.
I can go to bed.
Right.
But it's more of a statement of the league itself not putting them out there. And I think that this lure, the Eagles used to be an automatic. You could put them in there a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at least they come in with the perception of being boring. Look, the Jaguars get this type of treatment where you get a throwaway type.
The Bengals.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Bengals get this type of treatment.
Well, can you be the Jaguars? They must have a contract to go overseas and play in London.
I think.
Well,
they
go
every single year.
Yeah.
Them guys got to hate that, bro. They got to hate that.
Yeah. All right.
They have to.
What is the first thing that these NFL players look for when the schedule comes out, Barrett? Because I think I know what it is.
They don't look for they look for places to go.
The bye week. When's my bye week?
No, they also look for like going to Tampa.
Someplace warm, someplace fun.
Yeah,
right.
Miami,
probably fun first.
LA, you look for those type of places next. You see the bye week first, and then you look for all right, where can I go and stay an extra day? You know what I mean? Right. Atlanta's a state. You can stay extra day in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. You stay extra day in Miami or Tampa Bay. You know,
right? Las Vegas.
Eagles.
Right, Vegas, yeah. Can you believe Vegas is going to be off the chain? They're going to be guys say, well, hey, coach, I hate to do it to you, but I'm not going to see you this weekend.
Right. The Eagles bye week's in week 14, December the 12th.
It's late. It's late. They have the easiest schedule on the docket, but so do the Cowboys. So the Cowboys are most likely going to cruise their way. I wouldn't be shocked if Dallas won 11, 12 games this year. And the Eagles will probably win more than everybody, for the most part, outside of Barrett, expects. But the easiest schedule on the board, man, if you can't make this work for, 6, 7 games that you win at least?
I'm trying to figure out how you think it's the easiest, though. You guys don't factor the division games as hard games. That's what it is.
I'm basing this off of records from last year.
Yeah.
Right? That's all you have.
You go by records last. I can't do that because when you look at the 49ers, that's not the same 49ers.
Yeah, that's fraudulent.
Yes, they're healthy.
Okay,
yeah.
but
they're
how
healthy
many teams
now.
is it fraudulent against, right? Like the fact that the Eagles play the 49ers, nobody's expecting that to be a win for the Eagles. So
I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. So even though the Eagles' schedule is the easiest based on records from last year, doesn't lock in some sort of result. You still look at the schedule and say, with that easiest schedule from records from last year, you're still going to win. That's what I'm saying. You're still only going to win about 7 or 8 games at most, outside of Barrett's ridiculous proclamation earlier.
Well, I mean, look at the Raiders. I think the Raiders will be an easy win. I think the Lions will be an easy win. I mean, there's no such thing. I'm sorry. There's no such thing as easy.
Those are road games.
But, I'm still saying, Raiders.
You have no
Lions,
idea what this team looks
Chargers,
like. How are you saying that?
And Denver.
Because Detroit fans might be saying the same thing about the Eagles.
Well, they are.
Everybody's saying that about the Eagles, Harry.
Right. But look, from weeks.
That's why nobody wants them on Sunday Night Football.
7, 8, and 9 could easily be victories for the Eagles. Raiders, Lions, Chargers, Broncos. Trash.
Chargers are not trash.
No, and look, the Raiders aren't an easy win either.
Well, there's no easy wins in the NFL. But I'm just saying, if you were really looking at the schedule and not looking at our inefficiencies, I'm saying that you would think of easy teams on this list. You would have to say the Raiders would have to be, I think, one of the easier teams. The Lions, the Chargers,
their road games,
the Broncos, and the Saints.
No, I can't.
No Drew Brees.
It doesn't matter. We saw Taysom Hill, who was worse than Tim Tebow at quarterback, struggle their way and win games last year. That team is way too talented for you to think that the Eagles are going to beat them.
He's still going to be taking that team and trying to do something with that team. That kid's worse than Tebow.
Who?
The Saints
Taysom Hill.
The Saints
well, that's what I'm saying.
Total.
But it's going to be Winston. It looks like starting.
The Saints win total is 9 in Las Vegas.
It's
the Eagles is 6.5.
He is.
They usually don't get them wrong by that much.
Right.
Okay. That's
they
all
know
I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah, they know more than us.
Here's the thing. I'm just Barrett. I'm curious from you first and foremost here. What have the Eagles done? And this is a leading question because I don't think they've done anything, especially with all the question marks, for them to put themselves in front of anybody. I'm not saying they're going to go 0-17. I know they're not going to go 0-17, but how can you even look at so many question marks, plus how bad they were last year, the turnover on this team, and think that they're better than anybody right now?
Well, see, that's what I'm looking from a player standpoint. I'm not thinking about myself as being an Eagle right now. I'm thinking from a player standpoint. And I was looking at this schedule, and I was any other team in the NFL, and I'm looking at the schedule. And I say, all right, I would say the Falcons would be a win. If I'm thinking about myself and I'm a player in the league, I'm saying the Falcons will be an easy win. I say the 49ers will be a loss. Cowboys will be a loss. Chiefs will be a loss. The Panthers will be a win. The Buccaneers will be a loss. The Raiders will be a win. Lions will be a win. Chargers will be a win. Broncos will be a win. And the Saints will be a win.
You got them winning 4 straight in that stretch?
Yeah, but he said not as an Eagle.
I'm looking from a player's point of view. And you have to also understand, I'm thinking from the last team that I was with. When I'm coming from a championship type of team, when I see teams that I'm going against, I'm an above average team looking at this roster. As an above average team looking at this roster, those are. I mean, from week 9 to week 13, I mean, it's all good. You're going to win. I mean, you're going to win in those. That is nowhere near a murderer's row. I mean,
I agree.
Chargers, Broncos, Saints, Giants, and Jets.
That is the softest part, if there's a real soft part of this schedule, because the beginning and the end are really difficult because you start out with, San Francisco at Dallas, Kansas City, and then you end with all division games. And we know no matter, this is the worst division in football last year. It was embarrassingly bad, but still, none of those games are easy. And the division is going to be better. They have to be better. It can't get worse.
They're also on the road. They're on the road in 3 of these games that you lay out. 4 of these games that you lay out. That's such a mitigating factor, man.
During that middle part,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't think it's as soft as you guys make it.
But it's softer than the beginning and the end, is all I'm saying.
Sure, I'll give you that. It's definitely easier than ending with division games or opening up with the Chiefs or the 49ers now that are healthy. I get you. But as easy as this schedule is based off of something like records from last year, that's my point. You start to look at this thing, it's not easy. I mean, you could easily be 1-3, heading into that Panthers game.
Yep.
Where
Absolutely.
now you're on the road.
Yep.
All right, now
Yep.
let's look at this, right? Especially from that player's perspective. Now you're 1-3. You're heading on the road to Carolina, where you're told all week, this is it. You're going to win. It's hard for me to think that you wouldn't be tight just naturally.
You're playing against you, but then once again, I'm thinking, all right, we're playing against, Darnold's small hands. He has the smallest hands in the world for a quarterback. Sam Darnold has itty bitty hands, and he's trying to throw a football. And that's my thinking mentality when I'm thinking about Sam Darnold. So I'm thinking about them trying to get that offense going with him. All right, they have a great running
will
back.
be back.
A great running back.
Yep.
But after that, you got more. You really don't have a lot of. Yeah, but I mean, but then you're relying on his, on guys that are just like replacement type of players. You know what I mean? After that, and it's hard for you to really get those guys going.
I think the Panthers are pretty much in a similar situation as the I think
Eagles.
it's pretty
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's where it's not easy to be off of that one, and I think they go 1-3 off that stretch. Maybe 2-2. I'll give you that. They could sneak something. Hell, they could probably sneak a win over the Chiefs that early. Andy Reid coming back, all this stuff. But the Panthers game, that Raiders game later in the day, I mean, even that Broncos game, Denver's defense plays well at home.
And you're playing at altitude.
You're giving them everything, man.
You're playing at altitude.
Everything.
I mean,
everything.
All right, I'm gonna look at the Broncos roster. And you'll feel the pain once you hear their roster.
No,
I just know the Eagles roster.
Yeah, I want to look at our roster.
I feel pain every day.
Seriously, and you don't even know who the coach is, who the defensive coordinator is. You don't know who the special teams coach is. You don't know who any of this is. None of us do. We have no idea who this team is.
You're absolutely right.
Guy has no idea what he's doing. What if Sirianni?
Hey, by the Denver game, we better know what he's.
Well,
if he knows
after
what
the
he's
third
doing.
game, you're right. After the third or fourth game, you have an identity of who you are as a team, and that's when it gets tough. When you go into your third or fourth game, and like you said, they're 1-3, then you got an identity. All right, we suck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't want that type of identity. But hold on, I just looked at Denver roster. Oh man.
Oh yeah, here we go. I know they got.
I hate to do it to them, but
I know that you got Teddy Bridgewater and stuff, but
I'm just saying they got Cortland Sutton.
They got
Jerry
good wide
Jeudy,
receivers,
right?
Yeah.
KJ Hamler,
Mm-hmm.
Blazer, but at quarterback position, Drew Lock.
That's the problem. Well,
Teddy Bridgewater,
I imagine, starts until he can't, right?
Then defensively, all right, they got Chubb and
they play well at home, man.
That's it.
That defense,
yeah,
right? That
Vic
defense
Fangio,
Patrick Surtain. Von Miller's back also.
Yep.
Chubb, Von Miller's back, and after that, Kyle Fuller, he can play.
It's another example, Barrett. You're going to find this. I think the more you look at these rosters, like Denver, like Detroit, like Carolina, to a lesser extent, but still in this group,
similar situation,
like Vegas. Yes, you're going to find that they're bad teams, much like our team.
Yeah. Right.
That's what you're going to find. That meat middle part of the schedule is pretty much
like
Broncos
going up against teams that are mirror images of you.
9 wins is the over under in Vegas. 9.
So I gotta take the rose-colored glasses off, and really come to the realization that they got some players there. But let me look at Detroit now. Now you got me curious.
Well, here's the thing: Detroit has the new quarterback, so who the hell knows what happens
Lions
now?
Stink.
They're not going to be good in that division either.
Their win total's 5.
We just took one of the running backs. They have Swift, but after
that, I might take the over on that.
Yeah, maybe the Eagles get to 7 wins. What do you think about that? 7 and 10. Yeah,
you still have that 10, man. You still have that 10. That 10 is ugly. It's ugly, man.
Oh, bro, hold on. How many times have you watched Scarface in the last week? You're not going to Scarface binge.
It just runs in my head. Look at him. He's ugly, man.
You do that well.
I've done it a long time in my life. There have been many Scarface references.
Okay.
But 7 and 10 and 10. They're not going 10 and 7. They're not winning double-digit games. Can we just stop with this?
I don't say it.
No, but now Sam Fleming III is picked up off of Barrett's fumes. Enough.
I'm telling you, this is one of the things I picked up when I tuned in early. Is Barrett was high. He said 11 wins.
Yeah.
Well, yep. I mean, because I was looking at what should happen if you're a team that's built to win. But wow, wow.
Yeah,
I'm looking. Look at Detroit.
Wow, when we heard that,
right?
We were more shocked than when we heard the Packers signing Blake Bortles.
Bro, I'm looking at Halapuli Vaitai making $50 million for 5 years. Is on the bench behind Penei Sewell.
He's
first round pick.
This guy,
because he's definitely not starting in front of Tyler Decker. So if he can't move in and play guard, oh no, they just signed Jonah Jackson
making that kind of money.
He signed a contract 5 years, $50 million. I was born way too late because I know I'm a hell of a lot better than him, bro.
Yeah,
a hell of a lot better than him. He just snuck in there and just. Can you imagine what Big V's contract's going to be after next year?
Big money.
If he starts, he's going to get upwards of $60-65 million.
No, you mean Mailata.
I mean Mailata, yeah.
Yeah.
Mailata.
Yeah, you could start in front of Dillard right now.
He needs to go see the Wizard, man.
Yeah, I know.
He needs to go see the Wizard.
You got to give him an L. He takes the loss. There really isn't any other game like the Saints. I don't know. The Saints just aren't exciting. The Saints come to town. Here's what I'll tell you. The only fun part about that Saints game, what that means, right? You know what the New Orleans Saints Philadelphia Eagles game means, right?
Oh, the video of Eagles all around. Yes.
The return.
Yes.
The return.
That's why we sucked last year because of that one video right there. The Eagles all around was our demise.
Yep.
From that point on.
We got to redo the lyrics.
I'm just going to put what I might do is I might mute the sound and just have him doing that awful whatever it was.
The little dance.
You can't mute the sound, man, because I got to hear.
You got to have the background women, the background vocals.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And they're all beat to E-H-E-L-E-S.
The Slim Reaper. You got to update the lyrics to put in Slim Reaper, something about Jalen Hurts.
Watch out for Jalen.
Man, that is.
What if it's Flacco? What if Flacco is the quarterback? Man. Do we have to update it for Flacco?
Wow.
I'm not rapping Joe Flacco.
If Flacco is in there in the early part of the season, they might flex that Denver game because he'd be returning to Denver.
Yeah,
let's just put it out there now.
Don't say that, man. Because that absolutely means I got to be up all.
It's already an afternoon game. Can you imagine?
No.
This is how bad the league views the Eagles is that it would take Joe Flacco returning to Denver just to justify a Sunday night game. No, I know, but it really wasn't.
Yeah. All right.
I think they would.
Did you see the Thanksgiving Day lineup? I know it doesn't involve the Eagles, but
but that's fine.
We got Halloween though.
We do?
Well, Halloween just happens to fall on a Sunday.
Okay. So but I mean, I hate watching Detroit. I don't care who they play. That early game always stinks.
That game Detroit will never die on Thanksgiving.
I know. Las Vegas at Dallas.
It's in Dallas, so I don't have to worry about the nightclub I'm in.
Okay. Buffalo at New Orleans.
Great game at night. I feel a rout. I feel a Bills rout. I feel like it's going to be built up. And
do you have a line on that game already? Do you have any advanced lines?
I'm sure there is somewhere illegally on the global market, but I feel that game is going to be pumped up. It's probably going to be on the NFL Network, right? It's going to be pumped the hell up.
Why would you say that?
Or maybe it's on NBC Sunday. What? It's because it's the Bills and the Saints. It's the two best teams playing against each other on that day, and I feel like it's going to be this big hyped event, and the Bills are just going to blow them out.
What's that?
What was that?
Well, that's a little bourbon.
My dog, man.
Yeah. Where's your stuff?
Yeah, what do you got?
I was waiting for us to break.
Something in that silver cup.
It's all gone now.
Yeah. What was it?
A little Apple Crown.
Yeah, there it is.
It was that cup dropper. He had the maker's mark as walking out of the room.
The mug drops.
telling you, man.
That was perfect,
Urban
man.
Meyer in that.
That set it up, bro. That set it up, man.
Yeah.
The entire time. Tebow, not a quarterback.
You know, the other thing that I noticed, CBS, the Nance Romo team, got the best games of the year.
No question.
Well,
they got all the
contract.
cross promotion. They got all the cross games, like where they get NFC games. You know how they flipped these things. They've got several Dallas games, several Tampa Bay games, and Green Bay games. Nance and Romo are going to be everywhere.
Can you imagine if they trade
I don't mind
Aaron Rodgers
No, I don't either.
before the season? Like
They
those
trade
guys would
Rodgers.
like the networks would get screwed in the rear.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
Right?
If they trade him, what if he goes somewhere like, what if he goes to like the Raiders?
A team that's
they were thinking
like,
about
Denver.
going to get a quarterback. Yeah.
I think Denver, in the scenario of the networks having to scramble, if he goes to Denver, like Denver isn't on anybody's primetime radar right now.
Neither the 49ers.
Well, the 49ers
are.
Should be.
I mean, the
They
Raiders.
should be.
The Raiders. I'm sorry, the Raiders.
Well,
What if they go to the Raiders?
The Raiders are playing Thanksgiving, right? I mean, like at least they have a couple. I guarantee they have more than 2 primetime games like the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
But
Because they just want to show off that stadium too. The league wants to show off the stadium. The league will want to show off the LA stadium with fans in it now. See, they opened those stadiums with no fans. It was like a dead opening. It was like, it almost didn't count.
They got peach.
Yeah.
Well,
peach.
I mean, look at LA, beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
The Raiders got a beautiful stadium, and they open it up to full capacity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be wild, And at this point, I think they think everybody's gonna be vaccinated. So, I mean, you got. I think you have to have a vaccination card to get in.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going. Anyway,
Vegas.
But no, the Eagles fans do have some great road trips this year. That's one thing that is cool. I mean, Atlanta's a great town to visit.
No question.
Carolina, I highly recommend Carolina, especially in Charlotte in October, whatever it is. You got Vegas. Everybody knows that. Denver. You don't often get to go to Denver. That's a great town.
I was in camp in Denver for a little bit.
Harry, going back to Charlotte, are we going to go down and crash the park? Like, is Colin Thompson going to?
I would love to
do
that. Yeah,
right.
I would love to do that.
We should do the show.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and we could play some golf down there.
Maybe we should be on location like the Thursday and Friday for the show. And
I'm down with that.
Hang with Colin Thompson.
Well, he's going to be on the team, so he's going to be busy.
Yeah, he'd be locked down.
Oh, come on, Barrett. You're telling me that we couldn't hang out if you were playing on a Thursday and Friday night? 48 hours.
Thursday and Friday night. Well, Thursday's the night where guys go out anyways.
Oh, yeah?
Friday night, Friday night too.
That's what I mean.
Thursday's the major hang night. Friday, they hang out a little less. And then Saturday, they're in. They're not trying to do anything on Saturday.
He's very low key, though. He's not going to go out and, twist it up.
Well,
we don't need to go twist it.
Yeah.
This isn't, the Big Bopper.
No, that's Chubby Checker, the twist. Big Bopper. The hell
did he just say that?
He said the Big Bopper.
What is that?
Yeah, the Big Bopper died in that plane crash.
That's right, with Richie Valens. That's right.
The day the music died.
That's exactly right. And then there was a producer in there too, right?
I'm sure there was.
Yeah. Richie Valens and the Big Bop.
And Buddy Holly, right? Wasn't he on that plane?
Buddy Holly.
Yeah. That's right. Buddy Holly.
Come on, man. You ain't getting this anywhere else.
Too, man. I saw the movie.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I saw the movie too, man. You guys
saw Joey Pantalones in the plane. Is that what you're going back to? Come on, get on the plane.
You are on fire today, Shan.
Oh, damn.
It's been a long day.
It has.
It's been a long day.
I've been going since 7 this morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Podcast this morning, the show with you guys. Harry Donahue doing segments for Inside Golf over at Lulu Country Club. And then this.
I had NBC.
Yeah.
And this. And I fixed my motorcycle seat. Now I'm finished my motorcycle seat. I can ride it now.
Oh, you're working on a motorcycle now?
Well, I just fixed the seat on it. The seat was too hard, man. I would hit bumps.
I had a Corbin seat on my Harley.
Well, I had to redo my seat, man. I put some springs on it this time.
Oh yeah,
yeah, man. It's comfortable now. I sat on. I'm like, oh yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
But
we were good.
Going back to Charlotte, Eitan, I'm with you.
Oh, I'm just saying, you were going through the road trip, so I just wanted to jump in real quick on Charlotte. Seems to be a doable trip where we could possibly, make some stuff happen down there. That's all.
I can get some access too. You can too, Harry, because you know him, and I get some access with Coach also. I did a game for him 2 years ago.
Well, we should just go out and get smashed with Rule Thursday night. That's the case.
Listen, he'll get smashed, but not in the season.
Right.
He won't.
He's locked in. He's focused now.
Yeah, he can pound some beer. He loves drinking beers, but not during the season.
I've seen him in. I don't know. This is probably not an on-air. All right, good. Keep going. Keep going.
There he is. Here we go.
I see him now. I see you, Krause. I see you.
That's it.
Now Barrett sees Krause.
Guys, I can tell you this. I've already made note. JAKIB Media fully supports the trip to Charlotte, including the live broadcast of the middle on Thursday and Friday. We'll get you guys into town on Wednesday, if that works. And then you go broadcast. You do the middle on Thursday, the middle on Friday. Then I cut you loose and you're on your own. I'll pick up a round of golf for the boys, Harry, and we'll make it a nice stroll into Charlotte. By the way, I'm trying to give away the Colin Thompson football from the touchdown that he scored last year. So I'm working him on trying to get him to release that football so we can give that away.
Where is it? Who owns
it? Colin has
it. Oh, he has it. Okay.
Colin has it. So I'm working him to see if I can pry that out of him. But good stuff tonight. We're going to give away a couple of more Devontae Smith jerseys as we're rolling along here on a Wednesday night, all presented by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. So
good stuff.
Yeah, 2 jerseys we're going to give away. I know, Harry, you're done for the night.
No. I've had Pure Bull.
You've had
jerky.
Pure Bull.
I'm saying it's a very good product.
Great product. Great product. All of our giveaways for the rest of 2021 are presented by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. So good stuff to have.
So when I said I've had it, you thought I was done.
Yeah, I thought you were done, Harry.
You're not leaving without us.
All I know is I'm sitting there waiting for Gunner and Barrett to wrap up, and all I know is you're steaming in the freaking backstage of the streaming
messages. Let's go.
He's texting me. He's telling me, "Would you shut up?"
Oh my God! That's what he said.
And they were like, you didn't see Joe? I'm like, no, I didn't see Joe.
How did you not see Joe?
Because I was going through my roster, man. I split my screen in half, and I make you guys little over here while I'm just diving in deep with these teams, man.
Jesus. What is going on over there? You got to get checked for Freon head. What is like the Freon, man, is all over the place.
It's not Freon anymore. It's all right, whatever.
No, I think it is. I think you've got one of those old things that's leaking Freon.
Oh my God. How many jerseys have we already given away?
Well, we've given away 4 jerseys so far. We're going to give away 2 more.
Nice.
As we get into the backside of the last 90 minutes of the live broadcast. And then I'm going to give an opportunity, Harry, for any of the jersey winners to trade the jersey back in. Okay? Now, here's the game. You trade back in your Devontae Smith jersey. We'll play a game of rock, paper, scissors. If you win, you go to the Brady game at the Link in October.
Wow.
But if you lose, nothing.
You give up the jersey and everything.
You give up the jersey and everything.
I like that.
It's a rock, paper, scissors for a chance, or you win, you go to the Brady game.
Mm-hmm.
If not, nothing. You're out. So all of our winners can think about that, and we still have 6 more. I think 6 more, right? No, 7 more jerseys to get through before we roll out of here at the end of the night.
That's awesome. And that's a Thursday night football game, that game.
That's
Brady,
yeah. You know, we'll pile on that night. That'll be good stuff.
That's amazing, man. So just continue to watch, continue to pay attention. More jersey giveaways. Saw Anthony Romero right before we popped on was the latest winner.
He was one of the winners. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Just to see people win and you know, it's going to be a top seller. You know, it's going to be difficult to get these Devontae jerseys, man. As soon as the season starts, you're going to see those jerseys all over the place in the stadium.
I like the single digit too for him.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, let's get to a break, Eitan.
Sounds good.
So I'll clear you guys out, and then let me get in and give a couple of jerseys away to the viewers on the live stream tonight.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with JAKIB and Krause every Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Great stuff from the middle. Harry Mays, Eitan Shander, and Barrett Brooks. Welcome back, everyone, to our special coverage of the 2021 schedule release. It is now official. We know who the Eagles will play, who they will play at home. Only 2 primetime games for the Philadelphia Eagles, your Philadelphia Eagles, during the 2021 season. We're all presented by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Go to steersnacks.com. Go to steersnacks.com. Okay, we have given away so far, and we thank everybody for being a part of the JAKIB Media YouTube channel, all of our subscribers, those that have gone into the link to enter their email address. So far tonight now, M. Forbes was our opening winner, followed up by D Block. So D Block we classified as 1A. So M. Forbes, D Block, then M. Furtado 203 was our next lucky winner of the Devontae Smith jersey. And then before the guys from the middle came on, A. Romero 2488 was our next winner. Now, remember, we still have 7 jerseys to give away. We're going to give away 2 Devontae Smith jerseys right now. And if you are a winner of the jersey and you're interested in giving the jersey back for an opportunity to play rock, paper, scissors, and we'll figure out all of those details. I'll put a pair of tickets out there for the Tampa game in October. It's a Thursday night game. Tom Brady and the Super Bowl champions come into town. If you lose, you get nothing. So think about it, all right? 2 winners right now. Our next winner for the Devontae Smith jersey, all presented by Pure Bull, Showstopper 5685. Are you still with us out in the chat? If so, let us know. Showstopper 5685 is our next winner. So Showstopper becomes number 4. Our 4th winner tonight, Showstopper. If you're out there, let us know. That is our 4th winner of a Devontae Smith jersey. And our 5th winner is Cody Kleinfetter. There's Showstopper. Way to go, Showstopper. Thanks for being there. Well, congrats to you. And hell yeah, he said, thank you so much. I love it. So Showstopper's on board with the Devontae Smith jersey. How about Cody Kleinfetter? Cody Kleinfetter. Is Cody out there? Our next winner, our 5th winner of the Devontae Smith jersey goes to Cody Kleinfetter. So 5 winners. No way. Thank you, guys. Fly, Eagles, fly. Cody's there with us as well. Cody, great job. Well done. Thanks for being here. And thanks for subscribing to the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. 5 more Devontae jerseys to go. We still have 90 minutes left in the broadcast. So we have 5 jerseys. And don't forget, sometime in that final hour tonight, a pair of tickets for the 2021 Philadelphia Eagles home opener in September, week 2, the 19th of September. San Francisco comes to town to open up the link as 70,000 fans will be back inside the stadium. What a moment that will be. The lucky winner of those tickets tonight, my friends, that will be a priceless memory and a priceless experience. Still to come also, John McMullen will be back in. We'll get John to go line by line on the 17-game schedule. We'll find out where John McMullen thinks the Eagles will finish up. Also, the Philly Godfather will join us a little bit later in that final hour of the big show as we roll along here on our 2021 special coverage of the 2021 NFL schedule release, all presented by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. We'll take a commercial break. We'll pick it up with Eitan on the other side. Back in a moment.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
And back here on our special coverage of the 2021 NFL schedule release, all presented by Pure Ball. Eitan Shander, the last one standing on the middle, my friend. But great stuff. Great segment from Harry.
Pregnant wife, Krowski.
What's that?
The one with the pregnant wife, the last one standing. Look at that. See?
Always, brother.
Barrett bails. Harry doesn't have any responsibilities at home.
Yeah. Eitan, I want to do just a 15-minute segment with you and drill down on the schedule. A lot of conversation about the individual games. And, you know, when the schedule comes out, everybody loves to play a win here, loss here, win here, loss here, and get to the bottom of what they think will ultimately be the end result when the season ends. I want to do that with you because listening to you in the last segment, were you thinking this team was going to be 1-3 after the first 4?
Yeah, I think there's a really good shot if you look at Atlanta as kind of the isolated opener, and there's going to be an opportunity for a lot of points to be scored in that game. And I think the Eagles, just because they're new, because they have young talent, and there is going to be this sense of trying to get their footing right on offense, you're going to see some struggles. You're going to see some hiccups early on. The one area where I think you can catch a team would be Atlanta. And I'm just thinking about this through what we were just talking about in the previous segment, where even if it's Kansas City or Dallas, a divisional game, every now and again, you can catch a team early. You can catch a team where they're just not in their own yet, and they just haven't hit their stride yet. And we see that with the Patriots, who have won championships in those seasons. We've seen that with the Chiefs, where it just takes a little bit for whatever reason. They play a lot of football, the hangover. So I think the Eagles, what works against them this year is that they have so many new things working for them. They have so many new things, new coaches, new players, new position. Just everything is new, even from where a guy on a line may play, that they lose that one small advantage that you can have early in the season is just catching a team off guard. That's where I think the only other area, the only other team really they can do that is Atlanta in the opener, because I think Atlanta is still trying to figure out exactly who they are on defense, and I don't think they're talented enough to take advantage of even a bad Eagles team. But there's going to be a lot of points. And if the Eagles can survive a shootout, which I think they can, I at least see that in my head as a victory. Dallas was good with Dak Prescott on offense. They return him now. They are going to be better on defense, not significantly, but they will be. And who knows how good Micah Parsons can be right away. So that team, the other squads up in that first 3-4 weeks, right before you get to Carolina, it's going to be really tough. San Francisco, Kansas City, for me to just say, yeah, they got a shot. I don't think they have a shot. I don't know who's the quarterback in San Francisco yet, Krause, but I don't think they have a shot against a healthy Niners team. I don't think they have a shot against the Chiefs.
Let me throw this scenario out to you, Eitan. Is it conceivable to think that the team will lose to Atlanta, lose to San Francisco, lose on the Monday night game against Dallas, get blown out by Andy Reid and the Chiefs when they come into town, then go into Carolina, lose to Carolina before Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks come into town. I mean, do you think this team is potentially take it past the Brady game and call it 0-6 before they go to Vegas?
So without a win.
Without a win.
At all. Lose to
win.
Atlanta.
Without a win. You're 0-6 out of the box.
Here's the thing. I'm trying to think of what the opposite would be, because it wouldn't be 6-0. It would be maybe okay. So here's where I'm trying to build parameters, and I'm not going to ask or answer a question, I should say, with a question, but I feel like it would be 3-3, to where if you gave me two scenarios and said, all right, what's more likely, Shander? Is it the Eagles in the first 6 weeks start 0-6 or they start 3-3? And I think I'd be more inclined to say they start 0 if I had those two options. And look, I didn't even go right over 500, 4-2, 5-1, 6-0, because that's easy. But I honestly think that there is a shot. I don't think it happens personally, but I think it's worth discussing. I think this Eagles team, it's not so much that they're not talented enough to win a football game in the first 6 weeks. It's, again, you have so many new and moving parts in the NFL where you really can't get away with being fragmented. And you can have talent. Like Jalen Hurts can be a good quarterback. Devontae Smith can be a good receiver. I think you can see flashes with young players on both sides of the ball, but ultimately, are they a team? And who the hell knows what they are right now? Because we don't know what they are as far as a team and as far as the message with the coaching. So that, I think, is at least an anchor to why it's worth having that conversation. I personally think they can get a win. And if it's 1-5 or even 2-4 after 6, Carolina and Atlanta would be the two that would jump out for me. But 0-6, I think, is at least realistic enough to talk about, to discuss, because this team is so new. And I don't think that beating Atlanta all of a sudden heats this thing up, right? Like a microwave. There's no grow lamp. There's no way that you can just expedite the growth here where you win a game in Atlanta and all of a sudden you're a team. You're going to get your ass kicked by San Francisco. And you probably lose to Dallas in Dallas on Monday night. Then what? Then are you still a team, or are you just riding high off that first week? So there's I think, some basis to it about them being 0-6. I personally don't think they will be, but I definitely will listen to that conversation. Absolutely.
All right, let's continue on and follow the hypothetical with me as you move into, call it, into the middle. As you move into the middle of the schedule, assume for a moment that you're 1-5. Let's say they catch one. You're 1-5 coming out of the first 6. Again, total, just a complete hypothetical here. But when you get into the middle and then play week 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, so you're up to game, because your bye week doesn't come in until
14, right?
Yeah, until week 14. So you're in Vegas, Detroit. I don't know what the Saints are going to be. You've got the Giants on the 12th week. So if you're going to pick up a couple of W's, I think it's in the middle set.
Yeah, I think on the surface, you're right. But let's look at where that real meat of it starts, right? Because you're not really good. We just said you're not going to get a breather for the first month of the season. For the first 4 weeks of the season, you really have to beat Atlanta. Like, there's never a must-win game, all of that stuff. I'm not saying it's a must-win, but if you want to survive and be in a position where that stretch of the season you just referenced, Krause, matters, you have to beat Atlanta. You cannot go into this Niners, Cowboys, Chiefs stretch without a win and expect that really to matter in the middle. Now, when you get to that pardon me, and, Tampa, we move on, and you started really with the Raiders, right? Like in that area, because then we're 6 weeks in past Tampa Bay. The biggest problem, and it's a big one for me, that jumps out with just comfortably moving to, yep, they're going to win and they can right the ship, and a 1-4, or in this case, a 1-5 or 2-4 start won't matter as much. A lot of these games are on the road. A lot of these games are away from Philadelphia, and it's just not easy to do that. It's not easy in the NFL to win consistently on the road if you're not a good football team. And if you're 2-4 coming into that stretch, then I'll paraphrase from Barrett and say you are what your record says you are. Right. And that's where I think the issue is, Krause, where I don't want to get caught, and I don't want fans to get caught, because it's easy to do this. 2-4, even 3-3. I see on the stream some 3-3s. You get into that middle stretch, and it's easier on the schedule as far as the team. Yes, I would rather the Eagles play the Broncos, play the Chargers, play the Lions than the first stretch. But some of these games, most of these games, not the Chargers, but Detroit. Now all of a sudden you're in Detroit. You host the Lions, you feel really good about that game. You host Denver, you feel really good about that game. Hell, you host the Raiders, you feel even better about that game. Going on the road is a major factor for me that mitigates a lot, as I said in the earlier segment with the boys. It mitigates a lot of how comfortable or confident I am, unless you're, like a top-tier team. Certain teams do get the benefit of the doubt on the road. Philadelphia is not one of them.
Well, let's get one last thought for you. Let's jump ahead then to the final 4 games, Eitan, after the bye week. So bye week, week 14 bye week, and then they finish it up. All division games. They sneak down to Washington, but they're not traveling far, as you may have mentioned. John McMullen talked about it, but Washington, the Washington football team, home for the Giants, the Washington football team, and then Dallas comes in for what is the finale. But at this point, I don't necessarily know if any of that means anything by the time you get there.
I don't know what the best case scenario is here, because let's look at this from 2 separate ways, right? First off, let's look at it from Jalen Hurts' standpoint, and he plays quarterback until we're told otherwise. So this year is about exploring whether or not Jalen Hurts is the guy. They have a ton of picks available to move for a different quarterback. If Jalen Hurts balls and plays really well, and this team makes it somehow as into a wild card with a 3rd wild card or the extra game on the schedule, or maybe even the 2nd wild card, depending on how good this team actually could be with its ceiling, the Eagles may very well look at this and say, you know what? Let's trade. Let's look at this long term and say, we've got a team around Hurts. Let's bring in somebody like, if it's Deshaun Watson, if it's even Aaron Rodgers, if he hasn't been moved at that point, knowing that you've got what should be 3 first-round picks, expecting the Colts to make it. On the flip side, if Jalen Hurts struggles, or if the team around Jalen Hurts struggles, they're going to be right back at the top of that draft order. I think, personally, I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts. I want to see Jalen Hurts win this job because of where he is as a rookie, now 2nd-year player. He can be here for a while and be cost effective and good enough if he proves to be it. So I'll take 8-1. I'll take the NBA proverbial purgatory, if you will, and be somewhere in that middle of the 1st round of the draft. I'll take something back end if they play really well. So as a fan, I'm willing to sacrifice draft positioning for Jalen Hurts evolving as a quarterback. And that's where I think those games, if the season is over, like, hey, they're not going to make the playoffs, or you know what, maybe they make that 3rd wild card, but they get pounded in that first game. That's where I do think you start to see some value in those final games, Krause, because it's more of Jalen Hurts proving one or the other, that he belongs here, that he's the quarterback, or it's not that. And maybe this is more about the draft or using those picks. But I'll say this, if the kid plays really well and the team finishes at 8-1, then I think at that point you really do, or if it's not 8-1, some variation, 1 win or 1 loss, above that, then I think you really do take a long, hard look at Hurts moving forward and seeing about building around him. And divisional games, going back to your question / point, divisional games is where I'd start, because you know what? You ain't going to be playing the Niners every year. You're not going to be playing the Chiefs every year. Guess who you're going to be playing every year? Dak, these other teams, Washington, that defense, the New York Giants and that offense. I want to see how Jalen plays, and that's what I'd be looking for if the season was technically over, in the sense of, hey, they're not going to make the playoffs or do anything in the playoffs.
Last before I let you get the hell out of here. I appreciate you jumping back onto our 2021 NFL schedule release.
I got to say, I'm seeing all of these I'm seeing all these familiar names and more, of course, that we see pop up daily on the middle, Krause. This is awesome. From the Penguin AZ, Joey B, and more. And then all of these other new names that I haven't seen. Where you been? 11-1 tomorrow with Brooks and Mays.
Get stuck in the middle. It's great stuff.
That's right.
Good promo for a great show Monday through Friday, 11-1, right here across the JAKIB Media YouTube channel on AM 1490 Sports Betting Radio and across the Sports Map Radio Network. Big show. It's our flagship show in the middle with Eitan, Harry, and Barrett. Okay, last thought. How patient, Eitan, will the fan base be in 2021?
Depending on what? The team, the quarterback, just over the coach? I mean, I'll give you...
If all of that equals an 0-6 start or a duplicate of a 4-win season.
Well, you know who's going to be...
Or worse. How patient is this fan base going to be? How willing is the fan base to look ahead to the 3 draft picks, the high draft pick in next year, and almost start the continuation of the process again?
Well, I think, unfortunately, what's going to happen, and maybe not unfortunately for fans like me, but overall what's going to happen is it won't even go to Sirianni. He's going to get ripped. Okay, he doesn't know what he's doing. Jalen Hurts is going to get ripped. Okay, he looks like he's over his head. The defensive coordinator, everybody's going to get ripped on the surface, but it's not going to last long. And the vitriol and the hatred and all of the fans that turn now all of their negative attention, it's going to be right back to Howie Roseman. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to be magnified by the fact that you can't just fast forward to the next draft, because the guy you are pissed off at, the guy that you want out, the guy that you're blaming for all of these bad moves, like forcing Doug Peterson out, forcing Carson Wentz out, forcing Jim Schwartz out, all of this stuff, is the guy who's now charged with doing whatever with those 3 picks. So it's kind of like you have to go right back to the same person who's been screwing you over as a fan for the past, I don't know, decade, it feels like. And his strong suit is not always nailing draft picks as much as it is moving up and down the board. So I think what happens is 0-3, 0-5, 0-6, even 2-4. The attention turns right back to Howie Roseman. It's once again, fire Howie. It's once again, Howie has no idea. He ruined this team. He set this team back. If a coach who doesn't know what he's doing, all of that, it's going to fall right back on Howie Roseman. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to work. You know, I think at that point, that might be enough. Might is the operative word here, Krause. That might be enough to fire Howie Roseman if all of the things fall flat on his face and there's nothing else for him to fall back on.
He is the one and only Eitan Shander. Get caught in the middle with Eitan, Harry, and Barrett, 11A. They'll be talking about it all day tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And all day on Friday. Great stuff, Eitan. Appreciate it, brother. We'll get to a commercial break. On the other side of the break, when I come back, 3 more jersey winners. So we'll pick 3 more winners on the other side of the break. And that'll get us up into the 11 o'clock hour. John McMullen's coming back. The Philly Godfather will join us. Our coverage rolls on, all presented by Pure Bull. Good night, Eitan. Thank you, brother.
You got it. See you guys. See you tomorrow.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
And back here on the JAKIB Media 2021 schedule release conversation and coverage, all presented by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Go to steersnacks.com. Steersnacks.com. And all of our giveaways for the entire season across the JAKIB Media channel, we have some great giveaways, are all presented by Pure Bull. Great job by Eitan Shander, Harry Mays, and Barrett Brooks. Johnny Mac's going to come back with me sometime right after the top of the hour, and we're efforting the Philly Godfather as well, as promised. Now, I want to give away 3 more Devontae Smith jerseys, and I want to make sure everyone on the live stream is with us. Your email is in the system, because if you don't win, or if your name isn't called now, you still have a chance to win, as we have 2 more jerseys to give away, and then we'll wrap everything up with that pair of tickets to the Eagles home opener, which will be game number 2 on the schedule, September 19th. Remember, they open up on the 12th in Atlanta, and then they come back to the link for the home opener. What a day it will be down at Lincoln Financial Field, and we will give away a pair of tickets for that home opener. All right. Now, let me see. Okay, let's get to our winners. I've got 3 winners to give away for our jerseys. Just to recap, just to keep everybody in the loop, M. Forbes kicked us off way back in the 8 o'clock hour. Then we had D Block, who was our 1A winner. So 2 winners coming out of the block. Our second winner was M. Furtado 203. Our third winner was A. Romero 2488. An excited A. Romero, a winner of the Devontae Smith jersey. Then Showstopper, love it, was our fourth winner. And then Cody Kleinfetter was our fifth winner of the night. So 6 jerseys given away, 5 winners. We're going to give 3 more jerseys away, and that will bring our Devontae Smith jersey total up to 9. And then you still have 2 more chances to win a Devontae Smith jersey. So we'll end up giving away 11 total tonight, plus that pair of tickets for the home opener. Okay, here we go. Remember, if your name is called and you're in the chat, let us know you're there. We appreciate you being there, and all of the subscribers across the JAKIB Media YouTube channel, we appreciate you being there. Next winner number 6, Sam Fleming is our winner number 6 of the Devontae Smith jersey. Sam Fleming, congrats. Let us know if you're out there. Hit us up, shout, get into the chat. Sam Fleming is winner number 6. All right. Let me just mark him down. That is our 6th winner. Winner number 7. Hell yeah, he is. There's Sam Fleming. Well done, Sam. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. An email coming your way to acknowledge the Devontae Smith jersey. Hell yeah. Congrats to Sam Fleming. Okay, here we go. Next winner. Winner number 7. Our 8th jersey. Winner number 7. Carlos Dew. Carlos Dew is winner number 7. Carlos, if you're out there, let us know you're out there. Hey, bro, right here, man. Love it. Carlos Dew is our 7th winner of the night, our 8th Devontae Smith jersey. And then we'll do one more in the 10 o'clock hour. And then we'll have 2 jerseys to give away in the 11 o'clock hour, as our full coverage of the 2021 NFL schedule release rolls on here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not currently a subscriber, and tell a friend as we continue to bring you great content. Push us along as we're excited to be part of your network, and we're glad you're a part of the JAKIB Media Network. Okay, our 8th winner of the night for the Devontae Smith jersey, Ball 316. Ball 316. The lucky winner. Are you still out there, my friend? I think I gave a shout out to you earlier in the broadcast. Ball 316 is our 8th winner of the night for the Devontae Smith jersey. We'll wait and see if we hear from Ball in the chat. Yes, we do. He is out there as well. 8 jerseys in, 9 jerseys in, 8 winners plus our 1A D block. So 9 jerseys so far with 2 to go. Don't forget, any of the jersey winners, if you want a chance to go to the Thursday night game in October against Tom Brady and the Patriots, you can turn back in your jersey. You can exchange the jersey. We'll play rock, paper, scissors, and you either win or lose. If you win, 2 tickets to that Thursday night game against Tampa Bay. Oh, what a night that's going to be at the Link. I don't care what the record is. That's going to be a great night at the Link. If not, that's okay. Think about it. I don't need the answer now, but think about it. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, as we communicate, we start to figure out, hey, I need a XXX, or hey, I need a large, whatever the case may be. Just let me know. Krause, I want a shot at the Tampa Bay game on Thursday night.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
And back here on the JAKIB Media 2021 schedule release, Johnny Mack jumping in with us. As we get to the 11 o'clock hour, John, and we've had some great conversation from going back to our conversation when we started at 8 o'clock tonight. You had a great conversation with Derek Gunn, starting to break down that schedule. Broward Brooks was on, the guys from the middle were on. All of that conversation now, Johnny Mack, is beginning, as well as you'll do it again tomorrow morning with Jody Mack on Birds 365 when you go live tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yeah, Krause, it's a big day. Obviously, I broke out the green Kangol because I don't have the green screen, so I broke it out.
I love it. I love it.
To get everything going. How many jerseys are we at?
Johnny Mack, we've given away 9 jerseys so far. So we have 8 winners plus an additional winner. So we've given away 9 jerseys. We still have 2 winners to select. And then we're going to give away a pair of tickets to that home opener on the 19th of September when San Francisco comes into town. And then we'll wrap everything up. We'll get everybody out of here by the bottom of the hour. We're late into the night. I want to be respectful to everybody's work day starting tomorrow. Of course, you'll be right back at it tomorrow morning on Birds 365. Eitan and I, in the last 15 minutes of the 10 o'clock hour, John, started out with a hypothetical. I'll give it to you, and then let me see what you think. 0-6 after the first 6. How realistic is that possibility? Outside of Atlanta and the opener, San Fran, Dallas on Monday night, Andy Reid, Carolina's tough in Carolina, I think. And then, of course, Tampa Bay and Brady coming to town for a Thursday night game. That's your first opening 6-pack.
Yeah, I mean, I hear there's not a lot of great expectations for this Eagles team, so I get where people could go that route, Krause. I look at week 4, Kansas City. I look at week 6, Tampa Bay. Those are difficult. Obviously, those are Super Bowl level teams. Although, week 6 is a Thursday night game. So, it's always difficult for a road team to go into a difficult place like Philadelphia on a short week. But we'll give that to Tom Brady and company because they're so good. So I do think you look at those two games, even though, even though they're home games, those are really, really difficult. I think we can all agree on that. This team is just not at a stage where it could make a run, I think, at those two particular teams, unless you're talking about quarterbacks being injured or something drastic of that nature. That said, Joe, I mean, this isn't Coastal Carolina against Alabama. These are NFL teams. So you talk about Atlanta week 1, it's on the road. Yeah, the Falcons, you've seen the early lines. They're going to be favored by about 3.5. They should win the game. San Francisco coming to Philadelphia. First game, home opener, 70,000 fans back in the stadium. I think that's going to be really difficult for the 49ers. The Cowboys are a good team. They're not a great team. And Carolina's still got a lot of work to do. That could be one of the worst teams in football as well. So, no, I don't think this team is going to get off to a dismal 0-6 start. I've been talking about it for a while on Birds 365 with Jody Mack. If this offensive line stays healthy, and I always say that's a big if, that's a huge if. But if Lane Johnson is out there, Brandon Brooks is out there, if Jason Kelsey is out there, this is going to be a solid football team. I'm not going to say it's going to be a good football team, but it's going to be 500. It's going to be in that range. It's going to be better than people think it is.
So you think, Johnny Mac, that the team's going to improve by 4 games? If it's a 500 football team, they're improving by 4 games from what their win total was just a year ago.
I think there's an opportunity. Now, if you talk about, this could be, I think the Eagles, and this is typical of most of the NFL because it's a parity-driven league. I think you could see 7-10. We're talking about 17 games now, not 16, up to, probably 9-8 would be the range of this team. If you go back to last year, things went off the rails. I mean, we talk about the offensive line, 14 different offensive line combinations last year, an NFL record. That's not going to happen again. It's just not. I mean, that kind of thing, that kind of drastic outlier doesn't happen in back-to-back seasons. So right there, you can scratch that off and say it's going to return to the mean, so to speak. And I think you have that natural bump of a new coaching staff, new energy. Maybe it's not long term. Maybe the staff can't do things long term, but I do think you get an early bump in those types of situations, and we'll see. But I do think these 0-6 starts, 3 wins teams, I think that's a little needless pessimism. And you know me, I'm not usually the guy who's going to blow smoke up what. I'm going to tell you like it is. I don't think this team's going to be as bad as people think it's going to be.
When you look at the schedule, John, as it's now outlined, do you like it? What do you like about it?
Yeah, I like it. If you look at this team, they're playing a 4th place schedule. So they have fourth place teams on the schedule in 3 slots. If you look at the rest of the league, Krause, look, the Eagles are number 1 in strength of schedule. I'm not a big fan of strength of schedule. It's just looking at last year's wins. I don't think it's all that meaningful. But bottom line is the Eagles schedule has the least amount of wins on it from last year. So technically, they have the easiest schedule. I don't know what people are looking at and look at the schedule and say it's difficult. Again, it's the NFL. You're going to face teams every week that can beat you, but everybody else has more difficult roads. So to look at this schedule and look, the most positive part, and I said this with Derek Gunn earlier, if you go and look at that game against Denver, from that point forward, Krause, they don't get on an airplane the rest of the season. So we're talking November 14th. And from that point forward, they have New Orleans at home. They have back-to-back trips up the Jersey Turnpike for the Giants and Jets. They have a bye week. Then they play Washington at home. They play the New York Giants at home. They go on the road down I-95 to Washington to complete that home-and-home series. And then it's Dallas at Lincoln Financial Field. They don't get on an airplane after November 14th. That is a big break as well on this schedule.
How long into that first 6 weeks or 7 weeks? Let's say 7. Let's include, Vegas in the mix. So is Nick Sirianni in a groove by the time they get to the Raiders and that game? Is there a curve that goes beyond your normal curve, with a young head coach like Nick Sirianni?
Look, I think everybody grows on this job. I think it's one of those jobs where if you haven't done it before, there's no experience to do it. So you can talk about being an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, but when you're a coordinator, you're just dealing with your side of the football. You maybe meet with the media once a week as a coordinator. As a head coach, the job is so big, Krause, and a lot of it is, and I've talked to a lot of head coaches over a lot of years, and they all say the same thing. The first time they get the big chair, they say, boy, I didn't know how much time I would be spending doing other things than football. There's logistics. There's dealing with personalities, both on the team and in the organization. There's media responsibilities. You got to talk to the media 4 times a week. More than that, when you talk about the TV guys, and you have to do prep for them. So you have all these people pulling you in different directions, and most guys would like to just X and O and scheme. It's a much bigger job than that. So Nick Sirianni's like everybody else. He's going to learn on the job, and there's going to be some, difficult times. You have to go through it to learn how to do it. But I think people expecting an 0-6 start, 0-7 start, I think 2-5 would be a disaster. I think 3-4 would be fine. Anything above that would be great.
What's the one game on the schedule, John, what's the one game on the schedule where there will be a surprise?
I look at this and I see, which games do you think the Eagles can't win? Just flat out can't win. And the 2 games I keep looking to are the 2 games I mentioned, which ironically are home games. Week 4, Kansas City, too talented. Week 6, Tampa Bay, too talented. But I do look at that Week 6 game for the reason I said. Tampa Bay going on the road, short week, 43-year-old quarterback. You need time to get the body right when you're 23 on a short week. You can imagine how your body feels at 43 on a short week. Could you imagine an upset of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Week 6? It could happen. Short week. If it were a Sunday game, I would say no shot.
And then that last 4 weeks of the season coming out of the bye is it's all division games. So
yeah, and by the way, that will tell the tale of the NFC East. I really believe this is not going to be a good division again. I don't think you're going to have a 12-win team, even with the extra game. So I think it's going to be a lot like the last 2 seasons. Everybody's going to be close together, or at least 3 of the 4 teams are going to be jockeying over that final month of the season. And who knows, Krause? Maybe 9-8 gets you a division championship. And hey, can the Eagles get to 9-8? Probably not, but maybe.
Well, what's more likely, if they can't get to 9-8, or if they get to 9-8, it's a surprise? What's more likely, John? Do you think? The other
I think
way,
it's more likely they finish at. Yeah, I think it's more likely they finish 7 wins, somewhere in that range. But we know, I mean, the difference between 7 wins and 9 wins in this league is probably a couple plays, a couple footballs bouncing your way. You know, we always talk about this team's inability to create turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. Maybe Jonathan Gannon comes in and brings in a system that's a little bit new. It generates a few more turnovers and some positive things happen. I think that's the way you got to look at it.
Well, the last thought from John McMullen, and of course you'll get a lot of John McMullen and Jody Mack tomorrow. Again, Birds 365 gets underway 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. live Monday through Friday here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. The defense and the secondary will be tested, Johnny Mack, right from jump in game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, probably even game 5 and game 6. You know, perhaps.
Well,
right?
you
a lot of firepower coming at you.
Yeah, well, that's the NFL, and that's one of the disappointing parts. That's why the Eagles drafted Devontae Smith, because they were the only team in the NFL. You look at everybody. Everybody has multiple receivers making big plays, and that's what this league is. So it is a concern because the Eagles don't have a cornerback to play opposite Darius Slay right now. They need to find that. Howie Roseman said, he mentioned Ronald Darby in 2017, who was acquired in August. They're going to bring in another body. Who is that body? I don't know right now. It might be Steven Nelson in free agency. That makes him a little bit better. But yeah, on paper right now, May 12th, I'm concerned about their ability to stop Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup and Kenny Golladay and Terry McLaurin. I would be very concerned. The good news is, Krause, they don't have to play tomorrow. We got some time still.
And we'll talk about it all beginning tomorrow morning. Again, Birds 365, Jody Mack, Johnny Mack, every day, Monday through Friday on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. Johnny Mack, appreciate it, my friend. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for logging. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thanks, Krause.
All right, good stuff from John McMullen. Wrapping us up on the 2021 NFL schedule release across the JAKIB Media YouTube channel, all presented by Pure Bull. Go to steersnacks.com. Back in a moment.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
September 12th is when it all begins, the official start of the 2021 Philadelphia Eagles NFL season. It's a 17-game schedule, and we have tickets for every single game on the schedule, home and away. And as Harry Mays said back in the 9:30 to 10:20 area, this is a great schedule for Eagles fans. There's a lot of great destinations on the schedule. We have tickets for every single game on the 2021 schedule. You keep it here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel, and you will get an opportunity to win those tickets. All right. We have given away, and we're going to bring everything to a close in this segment because I want to be sensitive to everybody that has been with us for the broadcast, going back to our start time back at 8 p.m. Special thanks to Dave Chappelle and Pure Bull Beef Jerky for jumping on board as one of our sponsors, not only for the 2021 schedule release, but also all season long, all of our giveaways, all of our experiences, all of our on-location broadcasts, which we're going to announce some great venues this year where you'll be able to come back, or you'll be able to come out and connect with Harry Mays, Eitan, Jody and Johnny Mack, and a few more surprises. Plus an addition to the lineup coming, and the National Football Show with Dan Cilio. We just launched that show a couple of weeks ago. As you saw from Bruce Arians joining in with Dan Cilio, we have a great guest list that we're building out with the National Football Show. Okay, here we go. Everybody on the live stream right now is a subscriber. Everybody is registered, and we've selected our final two winners for the jersey. Now, don't forget, we still have our tickets. We'll end the broadcast with a pair of tickets for that home opener. Jersey winner number 9. So number 9, this will be our 10th jersey. Our 9th winner, remember we have 1A, D Block holds that title of 1A. So number 9 is the first initial on the name is a J. So J is in Joseph. So J is the first initial. Robles, Robles 2133. J. Robles 2133 is our next winner of the Devontae Smith jersey. Jay, are you out there? let us know. Jay is winner number 9 tonight on the Devontae Smith jersey giveaway. We'll wait to see if we hear from Jay. So he is number 9. There is Johnny Robles shouting in. Excited. Great stuff, Jay. Thanks for being there. Thanks for being a subscriber to the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. Final jersey winner of the night. Not of the season, my friends, but of the night. Our 10th winner, 11th jersey, belongs to James Moody, 0812. James Moody, 0812 is our 10th winner selected tonight and our 11th jersey. All right, James Moody, are you out there? Let us know if you're in the chat and still with us on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. Yes, he is. Let's go. All right, James. Great stuff. Now, before we get on to our final giveaway of the night, let me recap for everybody our 11 winners. And then I want to spell out one more time the opportunity for any one of the 11 winners to surrender their Devontae Smith jersey for an opportunity to play rock, paper, scissors for a chance to go to the Tom Brady Buccaneers game in October on a Thursday night at the Link. I don't care what the record is at that point. That's going to be a great Thursday night experience, a lifetime memory. Okay, here we go with our winners. We started out the night. With M. Forbes, followed up by D Block was our 1A. Anytime you see D Block now, he's our 1A fan. So Forbes and D Block. Then M Furtado 203 was our next winner. A Romero 2488. So A Romero was our 4th jersey, our 3rd winner. Then Showstopper 5685. Great stuff from Showstopper, our 4th winner, 5th jersey. Followed by Cody Kleinfetter. Cody Kleinfetter, congrats to you, our 5th winner of our Devontae Smith jersey. Then we started to move past the 10 o'clock hour, and our next winner, our 6th winner, 7th jersey, was Sam Fleming. Out there, congrats to Sam for winning his Devontae Smith jersey. Following Sam Fleming was Carlos Dew, was our 7th winner and our 8th jersey. Great job, Carlos. Congrats to you. Then Baugh 316 was our 8th winner and our 9th jersey given away. Congrats to you, Baugh 316. Then number 9, our 9th jersey, 10th winner, which we just gave away, Johnny Robles 2133, still with us on the chat. Johnny, great job. Congrats to you. And then our final Devontae Smith jersey of the night belongs to James Moody, our 10th winner, our 11th jersey, Devontae Smith jersey, given away tonight on this 2021 NFL schedule release special coverage, all presented by Pure Bull. Okay. Let me look. We've got 3 minutes left. I've got to be out of here. I promised Xander I would have everything wrapped up by 11:30. So we are going to proudly give away one pair of tickets tonight for the Eagles home opener. And that home opener is on the 19th of September, San Francisco in town. 70,000 people. You heard John McMullen talk about it. A raucous crowd. A great night to go back to the link. Coming off of an Atlanta win. You're 1-0. God, you gotta love it. Home opener. Our lucky winner for the 2 tickets, Stephen Veal, is our lucky winner, randomly selected tonight. Stephen Veal gets 2 tickets for the home opener on September 19th. Stephen, you're going to have an incredible time at the home opener. By the way, our seats at the stadium are great seats. You're going to have an awesome time. Let's see if Stephen is still with us on the chat. 2 tickets to the home opener. We'll see if he's out there as we wrap everything up. Wow. You see the chat post there. First game ever for Stephen Veal. Congrats to you. And that's exactly what we do on the JAKIB Media channel. We create, my friends, just great experiences. Now, remember, I've said it multiple times tonight. Stephen, congrats to you. I've said it multiple times tonight. We have tickets for every single game on the schedule. The pair of tickets that I'm giving to Stephen does not take one pair of tickets away. We still have 17 games, 17 pair of tickets. So as we get into the season and we get closer to the season and we get closer to that home opener, we'll have another pair of tickets to give away. And every week we'll tell you how to be a part of it. But every week for all 17 weeks, we'll randomly select a winner to go to an Eagles game. If you win a game that's on the road, you get yourself there. You get yourself to Vegas, I'll put you in the house. You get yourself to Dallas for a Monday night game, I'll put you in the house. It should be a great time and a lot of fun. Special thanks to Pure Bull and Dave Chappelle. Remember, steersnacks.com. And a special thanks to all of you for being a part of the JAKIB Media Network. Our thanks to Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks, John McMullen, Eitan Shander, Harry Mays, Xander producing the entire 3.5 hours of the live broadcast, Cal for jumping in, Sean McMenamin for jumping on board, who will be working with JAKIB Media as we roll forward, and all of our viewers who have been part of the JAKIB Media Network. I want to say thank you very much. We hope that you enjoyed the 2021 NFL schedule release. Until next time, I'm Joe Kraus. See you next time, everybody.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. the Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. Champions on 3, 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.